Bust down rolling for the hell of it. It's my time to shine, spotlights is my element. Fuck a plain Jane, don't insult my intelligence. I don't plan on selling it, so I don't see the relevance. You niggas having pawn shop nightmares. I'm light years ahead of niggas, even on a light year. Dom Perignon stain the laces of my night ears. Born poor, but I'ma die rich, nigga, life's fair.
All right, we back. My expert opinion, the greatest show in the world. Yo, for the next one, let's say universe, yo. Let's just cover all boundaries.
Galaxy.
Greatest show in the Let's do that. Yo, hit that like, hit that share, let everybody know you in here. Don't cost you no paper unless you some mother.
Hater. King hater.
We got a king hater in the building tonight.
Don't stop. Oh shit.
He's doing a little baby.
Good looking, bro. Good looking.
Wow.
G-Mix.
You were such a gem in jail, weren't you? Yeah. Fuck you, man. Fuck you, man. I bet you was.
Super gem, though.
Yeah.
Got me out of a lot of trouble in a lot of situations.
Never a dull moment with him.
Motherfucker run down on me, niggas be like, yo, chill, yo, what up, bro? About to knock you out. I be like, hold on a second.
No visit.
Niggas be like, all right, nah, son, cool, he good money.
Hit that subscribe button. We about to have some fun. Meg, what's the deal?
What up, bro?
Any special announcements? None at all? I want to say
special.
shout out to Aaron Ross. Stay tuned.
Aaron Ross, the boss.
Aaron Ross, the boss.
Yes, sir.
Chas, what up?
What's that?
What's poppin'? Shout out to the gang.
Peace to the
Got my
gods
Money
and earth.
Dreams joints on today, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get you a pair, you know what I mean? I'm in A-Town, you got all, I got those too, right? Yeah, I got those.
Fuego.
We're almost doing that same hat. Someone was like, no, don't do it. I don't know why.
You got the green theme. Yeah, you should throw these on with that. You know what I mean?
The weed socks.
Yeah.
Weed socks.
Yeah.
That's some old school shit.
Yeah.
That is some West Coast old school.
Yeah. OG style.
Fine. Splat murder.
Happy to be here, nigga. You know the vibes.
Word. You got your.
I like your hoodie, fam. Yeah.
Me too. I like it.
Yeah.
Big Brooklyn.
Reppin'.
You know what I mean?
Rapping.
Big Brooklyn. Champ was popping.
Everything's good, everything's great. I'm happy to be home, happy to be free, not around fuck niggas, around legendary people. Thank you.
Clap it up for
legendary
that.
people. Shout out to my man Alex from Urban Trend Co. I got something I gotta give you that he sent me for you, man. My man Alex at Urban Trend Co. It's in the car. So I'll give it to you after. But
Oh shit! Shout out to the marathon.
Oh, that's
Shout out to
terrible
the marathon.
promotion. Oh yeah.
Yeah, my
Shout out to the marathon.
Shout out to the marathon.
Always shout
One
out to the
time for
marathon.
Nipsey Hussle.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
All day, every
One
day.
time.
Rest in peace, King.
Rest in peace. Terrible promotion, champ.
Yeah, I
Should've
forgot.
just-
There's too much going on. Man.
I'm just saying, you got time.
I'm sorry, champ. I didn't
You
mean
got
to.
time.
You want me to go grab it?
Yeah.
Pause. I'm gonna go grab it.
Man sitting there like, yeah, I got something for you, but nobody's gonna see it on the show. I'm gonna just give it to you after. Like, you know what I mean? I'm a shitty friend.
That's some cold shit.
But tonight, we got one of the brothers from the Cypher, legendary producer, the captain of the legendary Hitman production team. You've heard his voice on countless albums, classic albums. You know what I mean? The sketches, the all the fun shit that we loved about hip hop. He's definitely been a part of it. We got D.Dot Angelettie.
I love niggas. Niggas are me. And that's only love that which is me. I love to see niggas going through changes.
How are you, sir?
I'm blessed, brother. I'm blessed. Thanks for having me. Everybody, peace. Peace.
Peace.
Gods in the earth. Thank you for having me.
Peace.
Oh man, okay. Let me just show this.
Was that a double X?
Yeah, this is
Yeah, it's an oversized
XL.
t-shirt.
You like this? You like this?
It's flavor. Who's coming? I can't wear that, fam.
Okay, all right.
Mediums, schmediums.
Mediums
Schmediums over here.
That's
The front.
urban.
Ain't we all?
He was about to give you a gift away. You see that shit?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm giving it to a legend. What the fuck is you
That's
talking
true
about?
too. No,
nigga?
Yeah,
right about that. You was
That's a
giving
bathrobe for a nigga.
And we got the hat.
Word.
Urban Trends Studio. All right. Mr. Dot,
Yeah,
where do
I'm
we
here,
start?
baby.
Shit.
Where do we start?
Y'all tell me. It's a lot going on. This might be a triple episode.
All right, let's start with the
Yeah, I mean-
hospital. Let's start with the hospital. Where were you born?
Where the hospital?
God damn.
Holy shit.
Shit.
That's crazy. It's not around no more. It was called, I was born in Fort Greene. Damn, you got to let me come back to that. Damn, I ain't smoking enough weed for that, my nigga. Damn. I was born in Brooklyn, though.
Born in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I don't remember the hospital right just yet. Yeah, I was born in Brooklyn.
Born in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And you're part of the 5% Nation at one point.
Yeah, briefly, very briefly.
What was the environment like that led you into becoming part of that?
East Flatbush, baby. It was, hip hop was, a baby. It was just crime, drugs, it was the hood. And the 5% Nation just, they had some, it just looked, from afar, it just looked like they had their hand on something else besides what I saw every day.
Right.
I wasn't yet into the Nation of Islam yet. It hadn't gotten that far yet. And they were just talking positive, growing up, just me and my moms, it was just Catholic, Baptist, you go through all of that church stuff, but it turned me off as a teenager after a while. So
why?
Just because of the story, everything was different, and just certain things about religion is just not my thing, two people just thrown on the earth, the story about Adam and Eve I always tell the story, it makes people laugh. Like, an archaeologist found two bodies a couple hundred years ago, and as soon as he saw it, he knew it was Adam and Eve. And for months, they couldn't figure out how he knew it. They doing examinations and they doing all types of shit. And they called him, so they went to Australia to find one of them old wise black men, what they call them, Aborigines.
Aborigines.
They said, yo, how did this guy know that was Adam and Eve? And he just looked at him and stared at him and laughed. He said, because they have no belly buttons.
It's a joke.
That
kind of makes you think,
because
right?
bones.
It's not a joke. It's not a joke.
Yeah.
I'm telling you why religion turned me off. We were supposed to believe that.
That they have no belly buttons.
No, they
That
just
they
put,
were
they were
just
here,
created.
they were put as humans. They was put as adults.
Right.
Sinning, fucking. Now think about this. If they were the only two adults here,
All the kids are inbred.
Incest.
is this a religion? We gonna go there?
You did it.
I know,
Look at
I'm
us.
just saying. He asked me why. He said, why did religion turn me off? I couldn't believe that,
I mean,
it was hard to believe some man found two of everything. You from the hood, I'm from the hood, we from the hood. You got roaches, ants, flies, gnats. He found two of those, male and female.
Something to think about.
Rhinoceroses, dinosaurs, whatever.
you got to
he found.
remember, in those times, people were living to 900 years. Like, he had time.
He had time to find a gnat, a cockroach,
You never know,
a
you might
female, a male. I mean, just think about the concepts we were led to believe.
Right.
That a woman had a baby, had no sex, no semen touched her, and this kid came out. Never happened again. So it's a lot, people that religion, they gonna start questioning you. I'm
Yeah,
just
we gonna
saying,
get all
that's
the
what turned
comments.
me off.
Yeah, if this was like 3 months earlier, this be
Yeah, that's what turned me off. So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna start searching for what my soul needs. And at that time, I thought the 5% Nation was it.
Right.
At that time.
Because of the positivity and
And they
the
look
sense
like
of-
me, they dress like me, but they talked a certain way that said, you can better yourself. There are better things out there. So that was, church felt too uniform and too contradictory to me. So at the time, the 5% Nation felt they were most what I could be a part of.
Right.
And that quickly changed.
How did
That
that change?
quickly changed.
My enlightener, who was enlightening me, robbed my crib.
Holy shit. That's wicked.
So now it almost looks like this is all for nothing. I let him into the world, you know, and set me up. So now my Brooklyn gets back in. I'm young though.
Right.
I'm young, so now I'm turned off by that. But
Right.
there's certain things that I'm still applying to my life that I understand, like the 7 characteristics of a wise man. Those are certain things that's not, him doing that shouldn't turn me off to some of the
knowledge.
The knowledge that's there and the things that apply.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going to study from afar. I'm going to learn from afar. I'm not going to say I'm down with this, with anything at this point. No religion. But I'm going to check it all out and be open-minded to it all. That way now I can stay safe. And in any conversations, if I could just remove myself, if I don't feel comfortable, I could just remove myself. But I don't have to claim anything. And I can say that I do believe in something higher than all of us. I just may not call it what you call it. And I definitely don't believe in that book, all them stories. That shit is insane to me.
Teach his own. Teach
Right.
his own. Moving on from there. Silence hit
Pick
the
it
room.
up, pick it up. Like, come on, like, yeah, let's go. Let's pick this shit up. Like, let's go. My bad, my bad.
Niggas still stuck.
Yeah. Nah.
No belly buttons.
My mother's a doctor of education, so no matter what you get from me, is always going to be some type of tutelage from me, and also I want to receive tutelage. So anything I can learn, I'm always willing to learn and listen. But there's always going to be something in there. That's just who I am. So
I think part of that is putting your faith in the information as opposed to the person who's teaching it to you.
Yeah.
Every possible teacher is going to be capable of some bullshit.
Yeah.
And any righteous whatever comes from a fucked up place. All the disciples were fucked up at one point in time. Any biblical figure has a lot of shit behind them. However, in this moment,
And
it didn't negate the information.
the consistent message in all religious doctrine is do not put your trust in man. Trust God.
there we go. Perfect segue.
2 brothers in the cipher.
Two kings.
2 kings in the cipher.
2 kings.
Mama,
Yes,
mother.
that's all good.
How did that come to be?
Howard University, baby. HU.
You know.
There we go. There we go. There we go. Family. Do it 4 times like that. World. You know.
Right.
Give me that.
Right.
Now, Howard University is, that's the place that I can't tell you how that changed my life and many like me lives. I met Ron Lawrence on the campus of Howard University in 1986. He was already, at the time, Ron Lawrence was 3 years older than me, so he was already in his early 20s when he got to Howard.
Right.
I'm 18. He was already kind of a star when he got there because he had a record out called Let the Drummer Get Ill. He was down with Herbie Lovebug in that camp, and he kind of did some ghost producing for Herbie with Salt and Pepper and Kid and Play, sampling, looping up,
Right.
getting his chops on.
Right.
So we just became cool. I had already gave up on hip hop. I graduated from Tilden High School in Brooklyn. So, you went to Tilden? Oh, okay, yeah, 86, baby. So I graduated from Tilden, and then I went to Howard, and I wasn't thinking about rapping no more. It was Hoff Pierre was there rapping. You know what I'm saying? I met Mark Piston come to later. Raz Baraka, the mayor. So we just rapping, banging on tables like we used to. Nothing crazy. So one day, and then Ron would bring, people down for parties. One day, Ron heard me rapping and Harv rapping and told us, let's do a group. But Harv was rapping with this kid named Dave, one of his best friends. So Harv really wasn't with it. So Ron said, you with it? Like, fuck it, you got a little name. Like, what I got to do? I was one of them niggas just tell me where to show up.
Right.
And that's how it started. And we made a little demo in his dorm room. And that's how we met. That's how we got started. 1988.
1988. Made this demo. And
88, 89, yep.
from there, where did the demo go?
Then a friend of ours introduced us to a brother named Haq Islam. Haq Islam discovered Drew Hill later on and Maya later on. Haq Islam went to Howard University. He's from Queens. And he was in the 5% Nation, but by then he was in the Nation of Islam. He was a young disciple under the minister. And he One of our friends handed him our little demo we made in the dorm room. And he told us, you know, let me manage y'all, I can get y'all a deal in a year. Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? That's how I'm thinking, whatever. Record deal, I'm in school, I'm in medicine. I'm studying to be a physician assistant. Right? Whatever. Rap deal can't be serious. 6 months later, we had a deal with Bahia RCA Records, Gregory Peck. Shout out Gregory Peck, Hakislam. They gave us our shot in 1990.
What did that deal look like?
I mean, now it looked like stick 'em up. That's what it looked like now. You know,
Give me the money.
With all due
and your
respect.
signature.
Yeah. But, you know, he might as well just told us to do this, you know.
Give me the loot.
It was rough. We went on promo tour. We had to rent one of them passenger vans. We had to take the seats out and drive ourselves. And we drove ourselves all around the country from DC to Texas to Arkansas to Florida to Chicago, Illinois. We drove ourselves. Me, Ron, Tone Fresh, our DJ, our road manager, and so, you know, security / help person.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to drive ourselves. $20 a day was our per diem.
What?
Between everybody?
No.
Each.
Per
Oh,
person.
Jesus Christ.
See, I ate a lot of pizza.
A lot of pizza, a lot of McDonald's, a lot of tuna fish.
Yeah.
Ramen
noodles and all that.
Yeah, all that. Like,
Shit.
yeah, and back in them days, radio wasn't playing on Hot 97s and all the FM. A lot of it was AM stations. We went to one station in Mississippi. You had to walk across a little thing that probably was about from that window to this chair of water, like a bridge, because it was an AM station, and it was the only thing on this little island. And they play hip hop, and the show wasn't until 2 a.m. So we literally had to wait till 2 a.m. to go do this show, because that's the only time they played hip hop.
Back in tradition for the nightlife.
Yeah. Tell them I said what's up. Tell them I said peace. So that's the world we was living in. You know what I'm saying? From the hip hop, it was like, damn, we really struggling, and we didn't have a hit record. We had one of them records that they said critical acclaim. That means that shit ain't work, nigga. Try another. That's code for you need a hit. You know what I'm saying? That's what critical acclaim means, nigga. Couple people like it.
Right.
And that was it. But yeah. So that's what we was doing from 1990 to 91 till we dropped our album From Pyramids to Projects. That was the name of our album. And the concept From Pyramids to Projects was, we come from this. It was a double entendre. Because Pyramids also was a mindset of that. And Projects was the same thing. Projects was buildings, but we were projects to these crackers.
Right.
Like literal work on us projects.
Statistics, numbers.
Lab rats.
Cattle. Chattel. So it was a double, triple entendre in that. Trying to teach.
Right.
But yet entertain at the same time, which was hard to do. You know what I'm saying? In those days.
Why was that the message and not, being from Flatbush? I'm pretty sure you've been around a lot of shit. Why would you choose that message?
The time, music always dictates the sign of the times.
Right.
I was at Howard University. I was surrounded by all these people that are going on to do these great things. Sean Combs, Chris Latimer with the African American College Alliance. Raz Baraka became the mayor. You know what I'm saying? Kasim Reed became the mayor of Atlanta. Anthony Anderson went on to go become one of the great actors we had. I mean, and the list goes on.
Right.
Diggable Planets won Grammys. You know what I'm saying? We had a group called Shy that came out, and if I ever fall. This is all Howard University. Noontime. The guys that produced down in Atlanta for all of them people, Noonie and Chris Hicks and all of them. They came, all Howard University.
Right.
I could sit here and just say just that time. So, and the time was just because I came from Flatbush, because I come from East Flatbush, I come from Brooklyn, this shit was hard. And I come to a place, a chocolate city, DC, they say hello to you in the morning. Hey, youngin', how you doing today? Young boys will say, how you doing, OG? Or whatever, how you doing, man? Hey, what's up, shorty? What's up, youngin'? They speaking to, how we do. We coming down the block, we screwing.
Yeah.
That's
Ice grill.
You know what I'm saying? They greeting you in the morning and shit. It was just a different environment. And then the people that were at our university, they coming from California, from Texas, from Chicago, from Alabama. They coming from all walks of life. Some got money, some don't. But don't nobody want no smoke, don't nobody want no problems.
It's peace.
It's peace because where we at? Mind your manners. You at Howard University, nigga. So how I had to wake up is I got kicked out of Howard University my first 3 weeks there. Because I was from East Flatbush. I got there, niggas have their dorm rooms open. They got their doors open, they leaving their keys out. What the fuck is happening here? What's happening here? I'm begging these niggas, fam, close your door. Man, that's a nice jacket. Why are you just leaving it hanging right there? Your wallet is in it. What are you doing? Come on.
Oh man.
Brooklyn keeps on taking it.
What's happening here? It was just, they was too lax.
So how did you get caught though?
Yeah, so I can't still speak on that to this day.
Okay.
But here's what we're gonna say. Me and my man did something stupid, paid the price, but because we were there, because of our brains, they realized we were young and stupid. Said, you could come back, but you can't live in dorms no more. We gotta keep you away from these things.
Outside on campus.
It's too much temptation for y'all.
So we had to go. Now I'm forced to go get a job because I got to pay a real rent somewhere. No dorms, like not even on the block, nigga. Like so. But they saw that the potential was there, which is a godsend because I wouldn't have met Puff,
Right.
and Mark Pitts and a few other people that came later.
Right.
So it was a blessing. But I had to go live off campus in '87, and they said, "Try again, young man." And I did, and I got focused. Because quietly, I was there on a nursing scholarship. Nigga had brains. I was studying to be a physician assistant. But one day I went to the professor at the class because it was just too many people hype about being physician assistants. And I was like, I didn't get it. So I said, yo, when I graduate, how much what's going to be my maximum? He said, physician assistants make about 90 grand a year.
At that time.
I said, my tuition is more than that, fam. Next day, dropped out of the whole program. I'm going to be a rapper.
Wow.
This shit crazy. 90
That quick.
grand.
90 grand.
90 grand what I'm working towards?
Yeah.
I was charging 90 grand in 98 for a track. I think I made the best decision ever.
Word.
No disrespect to the physician's assistants out there.
Right.
We need y'all, but it wasn't for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't for me. Like, nah.
What was that first contract like?
Two Kings in a Cypher?
Yeah, like what was the money like?
Oh, we got $20,000 a piece.
Just
That's it.
overall.
That's it. Yeah. Have a nice day. Shit was gone. We got it in September, Christmas. That was it. I was back to. Can I take your order?
But you had a good 2 months though.
Yeah. That 3 months, I
Yeah,
went
that
crazy.
3 months
I didn't
was-
smoke so much in my life.
Yo,
man.
man. Flyest nigga on the block.
Yeah, be serious. Ain't you?
You know.
Word.
Like, damn, how many leathers you got, man?
Yeah. Bought a 3-finger ring and all that.
All that.
The 3-finger had a lion on it because I'm a Leo. Just doing dumb shit. A Pele, whatever was out back then.
Right.
Yeah, regret all that shit.
3 months, goddamn.
20 grand was nothing. Think about that, man. 20 grand. Chicks and all types of shit. Gas money.
All right, so from there, you're mentioning all these names. How did you get to spin back around and get involved?
Like, how did all of us reconnect?
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, one day, Puffy comes to campus, 88, 87, one of them, 87. By then, I'm still doing stupid shit. So, we selling a little weed. So, I know all the DC people by now. And me and my partner, Kenny, we DJing just to make some side money because I got to pay real rent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Real, like, electric bill is coming, not no dorm shit. Like, so we got to do shit. So, we DJing. So, Puff, and you'll see why his genius shows. He's the dancing nigga. He got the streak in his hair. This is back then when holes is in your pants and you got the colors in your laces and He in the middle of the floor, you know. We lining the walls, you know. We doing what we do, but Puff a showman, you know. He doing all the, you know, all that shit. You know? But he saw the amount of people that was coming up to our joint. So one day nigga come to me and said, yo, we need to throw a party. Said that to me and him. Word? All right. You know, I'm looking at the nigga like, you know, he just got that glow. Remember that movie where the nigga had that glow?
Flash Dragon.
Feel all right.
Yeah, Dragon.
Flash Dragon.
He just got this glow about him. It's just, I'm just keeping it 100. This is 87, 88.
Mm-hmm.
So we throw a party and the shit is a smash hit. So next thing you know, he got me running the store making business cards. We a black man in a Puerto Rican production and we handing out flyers and shit. Like, this shit is getting crazy. You know what I'm saying? So niggas, I'm fucking with the 85, 84, 83 crew. Meaning the people that came before us. They sniff coke, they doing all of that. So I know all the AKAs, all the deltas. So we filling up this shit. And he got all the young, you know, cause he, you know, and then, but let me keep it real. But then, because of where he's from, Howard is a stop on the circuit for hip hop. That's a circuit stop. DC,
Right.
You got to come check Howard.
Right.
This nigga knows Heavy D. He knows I'll Be Sure. Cause these all them. So when they come, oh God, his fucking cachet just jumps up out the roof.
Crazy.
Now my squad comes from Brooklyn. We got Botch and Kane and these niggas coming, Just Ice and them coming. So now Ron Lawrence with his Queens crew, Puffy with his Mount Vernon crew, Deric with his fucking Brooklyn squad. We look crazy on Howard. We do.
Right.
Okay. Puff says, homecoming. We're gonna throw this party. 4,000 kids out there. That was it. He got an internship with Uptown. We started the first college night at this club called Kilimanjaro every Thursday. So now we killing him every Thursday, but that's the day he got an intern. So this nigga had a little Peugeot or whatever, cabriolets, little black, it was like little flat joints. All week, this nigga handing out flyers. We not even going to class, nigga. We handing out flyers. We going to Southeast, Southwest. We going all over. And then he would jump in his car or the train, most of the time the train, and come intern at Uptown. Me and Ron making demos, and we get our deal. Now we got a deal. He at Uptown. Flash forward, everybody's popping. He moves to New York. We on the road. We thinking we got it going on. We get our pink slip. The same week or month he get his pink slip.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Now you said in between this time you met Tupac. You met Tupac and Nas.
Right. So in 91, when our records was out, Howard University had this thing called the Hip Hop Conference, one of the first ones there. And Tupac came. And we standing in front of this famous spot on Howard University called the Blackburn Center. And all you hear is that Nas? Because in the background, they playing For the Brothers Who Ain't Here in the box. It's just low though, in the radio. And Nas looks and they hug each other. And so he turns around and he gives me the double take. He looks at me and says, and he does just like this, for the brothers away. He sings it right to me. I said, yeah. He said, oh, yo, I like your shit, you know, because that's what he was into.
Right.
This is who he was.
At that time.
Right. And so that was a moment for us. Invited us back to the room to come smoke with him and all of that. So that was that moment. So right then, yeah. And but late down the line, we dropped our first album, Critical Acclaim.
Right.
Get back to work, niggas.
Yeah.
So
did Pac have the glow also, or
it was 32 seconds. 32 seconds.
32 seconds?
But when we little niggas, and you can hear the command come out of his voice, it was easy to tell. Things good are gonna happen. Like,
Right.
Is that not like, it was like everybody stopped. Who the fuck is this nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying? 92, one of them years, like 91, 92. So I get my years wrong, all the hip hop purists. Y'all research that shit, man, whatever. But yeah, then we got dropped. Puffy got fired. So he used to have this shit called Daddy's House where he throw parties. So he did a party, Brand Nubian, Busta Rhymes and them, and he invited 2 Kings in the Cypher, Tribe Called Quest, Because that's the crew we in. That's how I know all these niggas to this day.
Right.
So we do our thing. We get a little critical acclaim, applause. And shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm never gonna read that. I'm never gonna read that the same way.
This the shit we got. You know, if phones was out back then, niggas would have been like, yeah, them niggas is on the stage. We waiting for the Nubians. You know what I'm saying? That's how it would have been.
Right.
So they gave us our little boom. But as I was walking out, this nigga said, "Yo, you need to move back home. I'm
Who said
doing
that?
things, Puff,
Okay.
because this was his party. Because I'm getting ready to leave. You know, them niggas gave us. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting ready. Yeah, I make you laugh. I need you in my audience wherever I'm at. Like in the front row. If I ever do stand up, please help me. I'm gonna try it one day. What's his name?
Aaron.
Aaron. Yeah. Front row, my nigga, please. All right. So, he says you need to come home, my nigga. Yeah. I'm just not into this right now. Like this shit ain't going the way I want. You know what I mean? So I go home for 6 months. I ain't paying him no attention. I'm here getting all types of kites though. This nigga puff. So that's when you heard the Scarsdale stories and all them niggas living up there. So one day, I got one of them jobs where you gotta park the car. You see a nigga running 11 blocks to go get your car. You ever see them?
Yeah.
That's me, nigga, just jogging up the block bad as fuck. Am I going to get this Asian nigga's car and the shit is fly and I gotta bring it back and he gonna toss me a quarter?
Disrespectful.
Quarter.
Mommy, can I come home and live in the basement, please? That's exactly what I did. Next day, I took whatever $43 I had in the bank, rented me one of them rider trucks, packed up whatever I needed, and I moved back home. And so I gotta get my life together. This shit ain't happening. And that was it. My mother just happened to leave Brooklyn the year before, so now she lives in Queens, and she just happens to live between Nasheem Myrick and Harv Pierre.
Oh wow.
In Queens. Harv Pierre lives on wherever he lives. Nasheem Myrick lives over here on this side. My mom's moved right near LL Cool J and them. I live 2 blocks from Fife.
Was you like practicing witchcraft or something? Like
Who?
how was you? You just seem to be in the right spot.
Nah, nigga, that's what I'm saying. I use the word blessed. Plus, I'm gonna keep it real. I don't bother nobody. I don't steal from nobody. I don't try to fuck nobody's girl.
Not no more.
Not no more. I'm saying when I was young and dumb.
After the Howard days.
Yeah, after Howard days. And that was just really them days wasn't. I was raised better than that.
Right.
It's just more like, as a man, sometimes we just like a challenge. Can I get away with that?
Right.
Yeah, the rush of the
I'm
shit.
from Brooklyn.
Yeah. I mean,
bring this Brooklyn thing down here.
The watch is very nice. The door is open and no one is in the hallway. Is
this for me?
Is this like and I'm not religious, so I'm looking up like, this is you testing it? Like, what's happening? So, yeah, moms got there, but Harv and them is doing that trip. They living up there with the nigga.
Right.
So I ain't really seeing them. My mom's is like, nah, nigga, you can't be going up there living in niggas' houses for free. You got to put some money on the table every Friday. So again, I had to go get to work. So it's 1993. I'm living in my mother's basement, and I'm working at the Mega Evans bookstore in Brooklyn. My family owns at the Mashariki. Shout out to Job and his family, because he gave me a job. And I'm behind the counter and I'm stacking shelves and nigga, yo, ain't you that nigga that was on video? Yeah, nigga, $11.99. Nigga, read a book, nigga. What the fuck is going on here, nigga? I know I was on TV, nigga. You ain't got to remind me. Nigga. Shit. Eat to live, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. Read that. And that shit went on for a few months. But every night, that was my family, so Harv would say, yo, Dot, just come up and meet us. So I'd jump on the train, go to Hit Factory and meet them where they was at. And, it was cool. Then I'd jump back on the train, go all the way to the last stop, Jamaica Avenue, wait on that last bus or that dollar van to take me all the way, because where my mom's live is no, I got to take a dollar van to get to the train station. So by the time I get home, it's 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and I got to be at the bookstore by 8:30. And I was doing that because I was like, what else I'm gonna do out here in the desert? And so Puff would see me around, but he didn't have a job for me. So I was like, there's nothing I could do but just come around and check y'all niggas. And I was doing that for a few months until he moved from Scarsdale to that office on 19th Street. And that's when Mark Pitts and Ward and all the people that went to Howard, Hoff, Pierre, they all converged on him. So now he got all these people working for him. I'm the only one not working for him, though. I can't. And so I just kind of was from afar. So I met Big and Craig Mack. I'm around, but I ain't really in the mix yet.
Why couldn't you work for him?
Huh?
Why couldn't you work for him?
There's a few reasons. Probably at that time, the first one was because I didn't want to do the shit that he was making them niggas do. They was washing his cars, picking up his kids, and all that. I'm cool on that. You know, it wasn't that deep for me. I was just on TV. I don't have, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to prove myself that much. Like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they do.
Right.
I don't. I'm nice with it. Somebody's gonna see soon.
Right.
And the thing that really helped me not work for him was because I try to see everything. I'm one of them nosy niggas. So I would go up there and watch and then pull him to the side and say, nigga, you need a bitch on there to go true. So I ran downstairs and got the bitch from the front desk and she came on, ain't that right, boo? True.
Big Papa.
Small donation. Take that on the chin. Yo, they had a basketball tournament at the Rucker. Oh, Mark, yo, we going up there, everybody up there, boom, like after work, they gotta go up there and go to Rucker. I'm up there, God damn. I didn't know this bad boy thing was having this effect. But they giving away these motherfucking t-shirts. They fighting over these shits, ripping them up like, oh shit. I'm bugging. So the next day, I go to the office, I pull Hoff to the side and say, yo, how many t-shirts you gave away? A couple of hundred. I said, a couple of hundred? Cool, got you. I went to the girl who made them. I said, can you make me 100 of those? I'll pay you for them. She said, it's gonna cost this much. I said, oh no, okay, cool. I said, that's why you're giving them away. I said, can I go get some made and put the Bad Boy logo, ask Hoff permission? They said, sure. So I went to ASAP Ferg's father, D. Ferg.
Yep.
And D. Ferg made me Bad Boy t-shirts.
Wow. Shout out to Ferg, man.
Shout out to D. Ferg. And the interns that was working for Puff, because I couldn't do it, I gave them niggas a t-shirt. So I said, y'all get $10 off every t-shirt y'all sell. They came back with no t-shirts. I walked in the club, I handed Puff $1,500 cash. So what's this from? I said, t-shirts. Next day he called up Michelle. He said, make D.Dot 200 more t-shirts. Now they paid for them. We were selling t-shirts. So I made a card called Director of Merchandising. That's how I got in.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Director of Merchandising.
Word. Yeah, clap it up for that.
So now I have a place where I can say I'm doing something, but I still don't work for him because he's not paying me a salary. That's paying me.
Right.
So my friend who went to Howard, Kelly Green, shout out to Kelly Green, she worked for Puff and she had a little desk in Hoff's office. So I used to sit at her desk and do my little talk to people and get the shirts done. But in the break times and nothing's going on, I was trying to figure out something else to do. We got Biggie and Craig Mack songs, so I was in Two Kings in the Cypher. So I called around to some of my promoters down south, asked Mark Pitts and asked Craig Mack's managers, do y'all mind if I book y'all some shows? Mark is my man. Mark grew up 4 blocks from me in Brooklyn. Okay. I just met Alvin Tony and them, but they seemed cool. They said, go for it. So I started booking shows for Big and Craig. Down south and all types of shit. And that's how I made side money. Gave Kelly Green a piece. So now I'm making side money, boom, boom, boom. Your man sees all of that. Quiet. Now 94 done hit. Me and Parv in his office smoking. We think, oh shit, Puff coming in the office. Nigga says, yo, I need to talk to you. Me. I don't work for him. Me, nigga? I don't work for you, nigga. Like, I'm looking at him, what's going on? I come in his office, he said, yo, we're watching you, yo. You want to manage Mary J. Blige with me?
Holy shit.
Nigga, you sound crazy. I'm going back in the smoke. I'm dead ass serious. I ain't never managed nobody, nigga. Nigga, I just need you to be me out there with her. I gotta think about this, fam. I gotta think about this. I just was smoking with Mary. Me and Mary drink, and you know, like I've been around now. Now Mary's my, you know, we cool. So that we cool. Now you want me to be her boss?
Right.
It's gonna be hard. I gotta talk to Mary. I gotta talk to Mary. It's only gonna work if I talk to Mary.
Right.
Cause I got stories, she got stories. Like if y'all call Mary right now, she go, I could tell you a story about this nigga, Deric. Not D.Dot, Deric. And I could do the same. So I'm thinking, Mary, how this gonna work? She was with it. She's like, let's go, nigga. Her sister was like, let's go, nigga. And that Puff and his genius somehow said, go do that. So now I don't work for Puff. I mean, I work with Puff, but I'm on the road from 94 to 96 with Mary J. Blige.
Are you still the director of merchandising?
That's amazing.
Huh?
Right there.
Like you under the plaque.
That's amazing.
Nah, the merchandising thing, it grew into what he's known now as Sean John. I mean, I didn't do that, but I'm saying to you,
But you had something to do with
the
it.
impact that his apparel had,
Right.
that was obviously his evolution to the next thing.
Piqued
But,
his interest for the next.
yeah, it had to be. And plus, if anybody sees pictures of me and Puff online, and I probably have some on my phone, back when I was at Howard, Filas, Velour Filas suits was that work.
Mm-hmm.
And I had
That's the
three
Brooklyn style.
or four of them. So on Howard's campus in the 80s, I'm rocking Fila suits.
Lord
So
choice.
fast
Brooklyn
forward,
style,
Sean John
baby. Yeah.
got the
Sean
Fila
John,
suits that
Velour
everybody
suits.
likes. So I can definitely say that, you know, there was an influence, but that's his genius. You know, we really don't invent nothing, but we recreate a lot of things and do. So he took that and did his fucking thing.
So
with
can you tell us about that process, like transitioning from the merchandising thing to managing Mary J and never managing anybody ever? What
Crazy,
was some
insane.
of the bumps on the
Yeah.
road?
Every bump on the road. I couldn't anticipate nothing. The only thing that I knew is that I had been on the road before.
Mm.
But mind you, it's not just Mary J. Blige. It's 45 people under her. She had a band. She had background singers. She had dancers, and then a tech crew that have to set everything up. The niggas that go before you, they got to be at the stadium before you setting up. They got to break down after you leave, and then they hit the road so they can be in the next city. So they never get no sleep. I got to communicate with them. I got the dancers who, you know, they run around, background singers, chicks, dudes. We all young, so the band trying to get some pussy. The girls trying to run into some money niggas. Mary is Mary J. Blige. Just think about it. This is 93, 94, 95, 96. Mary J. Blige, we heard all the stories. I'm here to confirm. We authentic as a motherfucker.
Right.
And her maturation to now is heaven sent because we've been through the fire.
Right.
So I saw all that up front and personal for 2 years straight. And so yeah, the bumps was personalities. Laurie Ann Gibson worked for me. She was one of Mary's dancers. I got relationships with these people before, so now I gotta be like, I gotta dock you because you was late. Fuck you. You know, things like that. You know, people being late to shows. Background singers sick. Mary, you know, women go through their bodily stuff. She don't feel good. She got to brave through shows, not, you know, cramping and stomaching or somebody miss a note because them niggas was hungover. Fall asleep at the drum or something.
Yeah.
All types of shit going on.
Shit. That's a lot.
Falling, heels breaking, pantyhose running. Outfits don't fit. You know, hair not right. She just don't feel like it. There's always that. I just fuck that. I just fuck it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes that shit happens.
Right.
Like that's real. You know? Boom, 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 boom. So that was real. And you know, and trying to keep her motivated, trying to keep me motivated, trying to make money still. You know, I'm in charge of tickets. Everybody got their cousins and their moms in every city or bitches. Most of these niggas been on the road before. So they already got their chicks. They already got their boys in all these cities. So they expecting that. I need 11. Dot, I need 12. Yo, hold up. Yo, like we only got this amount and I got to go to the queen at all time first, see what she know. And Mary and her sister know, they know. So they need, I gotta have arguments about tickets and what floors niggas want to stay on because they need to be next to each other or not next to each other. Don't put me next to that bitch, that type of shit. I wasn't prepared for all that, but I did it. I said, fuck it. What else I'm gonna be doing? I'm definitely not trying to tell niggas to keep reading these books. Not in that way, read the books, read books, but I ain't trying to be the one behind the counter,
right?
Doing it. But read the books, please. Read it at all times.
So financially, was it? You feel like it was worth it? Those 2 years?
Puff paying me $2,500 a week. I got the tickets, so whatever tickets we don't give away, I brought my man on the road with me. He's scrambling them out in front of the joint because one of my hustles growing up was Madison Square Garden.
Scalping.
All right, so me and my boys was the 3 Corner Boys. I don't know if you ever heard of those.
Yeah.
Okay, so when the people come to buy their tickets, I'm on one corner, my boys on another corner, and my boys on another corner, 34th Street. We just rotate and just get all these tickets out the way. Come on with $200. We was out. And that's what we was doing out there. Scalping tickets was illegal. I told my man, you hit the front, hit the side, hit the back, you get as much as you can off, and you come back in. And most of the time, he got them all off. So now I'm making a couple of $100,000, and then I got the VIPs. So we meeting all types of ballers. So I'm selling them backstage passes. As long as Mary got hers, all I find, all I keep. Okay, cool. That's it, fam. Right. And I got the swing of it. I learned how to manage. I learned what I wanted to be, how I wanted to be managed. Communication skills stepped up. You know what I'm saying? How to deal with people. So that helped me tremendously. But he had to have a vision to try to put me in that spot. So I credit him for that. And we'll talk more about his vision of putting niggas in spots because that was crazy for me. And I could have said no, but I said, I'm gonna try it. And it worked. Word.
What was one of the worst things that happened during those 2 years of you managing Mary? Like the worst, like you was about to fucking give up type shit.
Overseas, we couldn't bring our burners with us. We got tested. And Torian, her security, that nigga, one of the realest niggas. He got us out of that shit. But it's real niggas everywhere. It's real niggas everywhere. And we got tested to the point where I was like, I could have not been on that plane. Because of these fucking idiots. But my man, who also had people skills and skills, managed to
finagle some shit.
Get niggas home. And that jades you sometimes. She's like, is it worth it, nigga? My life for this shit?
When you say you got tested, what do you mean?
Hand it over.
Show money?
Everything. Everything. Whatever you got, just hand it over. What do? We don't know nobody out here. It's yours. It's yours, nigga. But it's hard to face that reality.
Yeah.
So if there could be greater minds with a greater plan, they stepped in. And I got those stories too. Like, Jesus Christ, how many times we could have not been here for the sake of this game? Why? Like, why are we doing all this for the sake of this game? And that's where that man shit come in, the challenge. Oh, we can get through this. We invincible.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was one of them moments where I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to go back here and sell these books.
I ain't never had to go through this selling books.
Yeah, this is rough.
So after that type of situation,
did you get your stuff back?
Yes, but again, it was with pulling teeth, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
It wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy. But it worked out. But it definitely put me on the very edge of giving up. Is that what you asked?
Yeah.
Yeah, giving up. Yeah.
So when you got back home, did you like sit Puff down and be like, yo, listen, man, Or you just kept going?
Nah, that nigga's stories is worse than mine. He would have laughed at me. Nigga, that's it, nigga? Toughen up, nigga. Laugh me right out the room. That's type of shit. You just keep that shit to yourself, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
I can't tell this nigga this
Yeah, I
story.
know.
Everybody playing. Listen, when we get back, don't say nothing.
He gonna look at his watch and be like, that's what you brought me here for? Come on, nigga. You want my list of just the top 10, nigga. Like, that's, yeah. Just keep that to yourself.
So you got a lot of, most of what I'm seeing is a lot of firsthand experience doing it and learning on the job. Two Kings in the Cypher, learning on the job, learning what it is to have per diem and go on tour and make for yourself and DIY a lot of the shit. And then you get thrown into management. So now you're learning the business side and logistics and people and personalities. Where did production come in?
The crazy part, it was always there. By 93, parts of the story, like if you're watching the movie, then they skip to the other scene. So by 93, me and Ron get dropped. So Ron is still in DC trying to figure it out. And he decides to pick up and move to Los Angeles and live in LA with Shy, the group Shy. Because Darnell and Garfield and those are our boys. So he's working on their second album. Okay, cool. I'm a rapper at heart. To this day, I'm a rapper before I'm a producer. So I still, I'm still writing. I'm still listening. I'm Hip Tang is out. Nas is out. Fat Joe is out. Big is out. It's some rap shit going on, and I like it. Them Wu-Tang niggas sound like Cold Crush 1990s. Like I was like, woo. So I want to pen out. So Ron would send me beats. But Ron is a very technical dude, and I'm the dancer, I'm the smoker. So shit was just a little too rigid for me to write to. For other people, it was dope. For me, It wasn't. So I said, I'd like to. He always showed me how to make beats, even in DC. But now, because I'm making money on my time off, I went and bought a drum machine. So now I'm
Which
saying,
one?
I bought an MPC 62.
Okay. 62.
I did the Benjamins on that. That's how I did the Benjamins.
Yeah.
So I'm in my mother, and mind you, I'm still in my mother's basement, Mary J. Blige, 93. I don't move out my mother's basement till 94. I bought myself a drum machine. Now I'm making beats when I can. I'm just learning, learning time correction and all that technical shit that niggas like to do. And that's how I started. Because I want to write, but I need to write to my swag. I need that.
Right,
I need my eyes to move a certain way. I need I need some of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I need that. So I'm trying to make my shit like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I'm learning. And
Nobody walked you through anything?
Ron Lawrence was my mentor.
Okay.
Ron Lawrence, but he wasn't there. He was in LA. So all he's doing is sending me dats of what he does. And back then, we're not sitting on the phone like boyfriend and girlfriend. Yo, Ron, tell me how to do this. Tell me how to do that. We're not doing that. So I'm just trial and error. Trial and error. You know how many beats I lost? Like, oh, what the fuck did I do? Oh, no.
Word. Word.
You know,
Automatically painted.
Yeah,
you've done that.
I used to work with a 62 too.
Yeah. So you go through that. So I went through that. But then once I learned and mastered, and now I got money, I'm buying discs and saving it. I'm buying cases for my shit. Because before I take a record, play that motherfucker, it went off, I just throw that shit in the corner, grab the next one. Niggas was like, yo, Dot, you got to put your shit back. And I didn't have a value because I really didn't want to be a producer. I wanted to rap. I just needed the beats to have, you know what I mean? Producing came was because it was like, oh shit, I could do this. Hustle mode. Niggas actually was like, yo, Dot, that's hot. Play that again. Word? Okay, play it again. So that's how the...
What was the beat you made that everybody said this was hot? Universally, you knew there was something here for you to do.
It never got sold, but actually it did get sold. Pardon me. It did get sold. What's up, star? I like to get to know who you are. Let's have drinks at the bar. Right. That's the beat.
Sweet Tea.
Sweet Tea.
Sweet Tea.
Yeah, wow. we did that. So I got Rollins to come in and sweeten it up because all I did was the loop and the nasty drum. My drums had clips at the end of it. I didn't know how to edit. Take the clip. I sampled it. It was my shit had all that at the end of it.
Right.
So you can hear all that shit. Ron Lawrence came and was like, nigga, come on, man.
Chop it down.
Yeah, he brought his disc in, slid his shit in, put his snare on top of mine, added them kicks, double kicks. So now I come back in, I'm like, my shit sound crazy. That's Ron Lawrence, my
Right.
nigga. That's Dr. Dre, East Coast, nigga.
Right.
So that's how that happened, and that's when I got to say, okay. So
what point was it that you said, yo, I'm not gonna rap anymore. I'm just gonna make.
I
Trap.
never.
Or
I
did
never,
you ever
never
say
said
that?
that.
I never
Did you
said
ever
I was
say
gonna
that?
rap again. I took pauses. But I
Right.
never said I was never gonna rap again. As you can see, I ended up doing it again.
Yeah.
But it just, to me, it's short-term goals, long-term goals. You know, short-term, mid-term, long-term. Long-term was the rap, but I got to knock out the short-term goals first to get to that.
Mhm.
So I've always been, that's how my mother raised me. Knock this shit out before you start dreaming or you already at the fucking finish line, nigga. Knock out the, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't become a doctor, you got to go to grade school. Nigga. You just don't be a doctor of music. You ain't
Right.
that nice, nigga. You know, my mother talked to me like that, nigga.
Right.
Yeah, so that's really what it was. I had to go through trial and error. Trial and error, definitely.
So how long was it before it was, yo, I need that D.Dot beat?
About 2 years later.
2 years later from
Maybe
what?
a year later. From when? From what point, mean? From what point?
From What's Up
Star? That was what, 95? The show soundtrack was 95?
Yeah, yep.
That next year we did, I rock a body that rocks a body. You rock the
MC
body
Light,
that
yeah,
rocks
MC
the
Light,
body.
yeah.
Now I'm on fire, nigga. Now I'm on fire, nigga. Now they call it. Now they call it. Yeah, we get a couple of calls now. And then, you know, then out of nowhere, you know, I snuck one in on niggas. Quiet in 96. Before the Benjamins, or right when the Benjamins hit. I snuck one in on niggas. And everywhere that my crew
go.
Tracy Lee.
That shit start rumbling.
Motherfucker, right.
They like, yo,
What?
who did that?
What? That's crazy.
D.Dot let the chrome cock just in case. Now. Hello. You're on the request line. Remember that, right? DJ, please pick up your phone. I'm on the request line, nigga.
Shit, it was lit.
Wow.
Yeah, phones is ringing. And mind you, I'm still with Mary J. Blige.
Oh, this was during the time you were still managing her.
We still on the road.
Wow, so you was able to fit making beats and writing with managing.
No sleep till Brooklyn.
Wow.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Yeah, it is.
Sound like somebody I know.
Yeah.
Mary didn't fire me and Puff till 96. I was on the road with Mary too. All during that West Coast, East Coast beef. I'm on the West Coast every month. I'm back and forth. I'm making beats. I'm talking to Ron. He's sending dats. I'm writing rhymes. All this is going on. I'm docking niggas they money. I'm fucking on stage with Mary talking about doom 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 doom. I'm doing that. If you saw the Ralph McDaniels documentary, there's a scene where Mary is doing her thing. That's me right there on the stage with Mary, blowing bubble gum and dancing with her. I'm on it like, yeah, nigga. It was no sleep, and Puff kind of set that off like. You know, like watching him get up before you and go to sleep after you. What you doing? So I was like, okay, this is easy. This is easy. So yeah, so I did all that, and then when she fired us in '96, now I'm in Brooklyn already. By now I'm in Brooklyn. I got a condo. I'm living with Biggie and them is at. I'm doing it. I got truck now, 2 phones. You know what I'm saying?
I got
two phones. Yeah, niggas, it's a whole different. You know what I'm saying?
Why'd she fire y'all?
That's a funny story. So she was with KC at the time, and me and Mary used to joke around with each other all the time. And chicken head was the word back then.
Right.
Chicken head. So she called me something, and I called her chicken head. And KC heard it, but he was a little twisted, and he ain't like it. And we were on a tour bus, and we was at Madison Square Garden. But you know, this is when the buses can pull into the stadium, so you're inside the stadium bus. So he ain't like it. So I'm like, you know, chill, man. We good. You know, Mary Latanya, by telling him chill. He like, fuck that dog, you know. And it escalated, and next thing I know, a Heineken bottle went by my head. So I got on my slip and slide. So You know what I mean? I'm slipping all over the place trying to get to the nigga. He trying to get to me. Suge and Puff and Uncle Paulie, everybody out there, touring, everybody we trying to break us up. We yelling and screaming. And of course that looks bad. My mother's there, her mother's there. I think it was Mother's Day or something crazy. It just looked crazy.
It's Mother's Day.
Or something like one of them type of, my aunt was there, my mother, we look crazy.
Yeah.
We all look crazy. And so I got the pink slip after that.
That don't sound right.
I mean, it happened. You know?
Mm.
Me and Mary love today. I'm assuming that was the reason because, you know, it was embarrassing. I lost it. He lost it. It wasn't a good look. And management, I'm management.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm dancing around.
So you got to be bigger than...
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got on my slip and slides and I'm trying to, you know what I mean? So we looking a little crazy out here. So it was cool. It was crazy. It happened when I was in San Jose. So I get a call, say, yo, you fired. So I called Puff from San Jose. He's like, fuck that. And Mary had to be in LA for the Lady of Soul Awards, I think it was called back then.
Shit.
Lady of Soul Awards. Yeah, so Puff said, meet me in LA. Like, all right, fuck it. So he got me a room in the spot. So I flew from San Jose to LA. And then he was like, we're going to figure it out. What we going to do? He's like, we'll figure it out. So he told me, just take a vacation. He just paid for me to stay out there for like 4 or 5 days.
Mm.
Yeah, so I probably went on, you know, smoke weed every day. Like, you know, I just went on that type of vibe. Like, what else is there to do? That's what I did. I sunned and funned, and then we went back to New York, 96, and then that's when history got made. He made another one of them conscious decisions of his out of nowhere. Out of nowhere.
Which was?
He fired Hoff Pierre. Oh, no, he didn't fire Hoff Pierre. Correction.
Mm-hmm.
Hoff Pierre left to think better his career. So he went to become the president of RCA Records or vice president or whatever he went to do. So there was a vacant spot at Bad Boy.
Mm.
And since Mary fired you, you went back to jail. Okay.
I ain't never A&R'd before.
Here we go again.
Here we go again. You just said that.
Yeah, it is.
Whose album, nigga? Biggie.
I'm
sorry, what?
We should take the break right there.
Yeah?
Yeah, we should.
It's overwhelming? That's
take
good
a
too, but I got to
Yeah.
piss anyway.
The rapper you know was bragging about how much coke they sold in '88.
Jay-Z.
I dabbled in crazy weight without rap. I was crazy straight. Well, I'm still spending money
Like
from
from
And that was on
88.
Dead Presidents.
Yeah. Which was before that record.
But wasn't it said that he was talking to Nas on that track?
Yeah, it was a couple of lines. There was a couple of people that took a few strays during that song.
A lot of it was Wu-Tang.
But I thought the Mad Rapper intro was about a Wu-Tang rapper.
Well,
Just because of the lingo that you use.
What
John Blaze shit. My shit's more John Blaze than that.
You niggas are doing this, doing that.
That's hip hop right there. That's y'all niggas just hearing. Yeah, that's hip hop.
I don't believe
He wasn't
it.
even in the rooms. Go
I
ahead,
don't
you tell us
believe
what
it.
was going
Niggas
on.
think it's cool to smoke woolies and fuck with
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Nah,
That was Wu-Tang.
I'm the old school cat who calls cats toolies. That's me.
Ooh.
Right.
Some old school cats
They
that
call
call
cats
gats toolies,
toolies,
call
call
blacks
blacks
moolies.
moolies.
Think it's cool to smoke woolies and fuck without.
So are you the one that thinks it's cool to smoke? All right.
No, he's just describing a bunch of people around him. He got different
Right.
people around him. But I always had my toolie on me. I got D-Rock. He used to always tell me, man, put that little shit away because I used to carry something that you couldn't tell I had it on me. It could be in my pocket. It could be right here. And it was just enough to get me out of wherever I needed to be.
So Big was one of those rappers that was inspired by his environment.
Yeah.
Everything inspired Big around him.
He used to shout out everybody he had respect for. Like Snoop, trying to sell records like Snoop.
Mhm.
Big
He was shouting out everybody.
didn't have no hate in his heart, but he also knew that this was a combat sport. We rolling?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Shit,
man.
yeah, nigga.
Nigga, when we
So
rolling,
let a nigga
rolling.
know, man. I might have said something derogatory now. Nah. Big was a specific. Him and Jay had no beef. We was getting ready to do the commission. You know, that was his.
Here we
that
go.
was his-
Here we go.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was.
We asked AZ about the commission yesterday if he was one of the people who was
He was
supposed
like,
to
no,
be included.
Cypher.
No, he said he didn't know. He said he doesn't know if the conversation was never had with him if he was supposed to be a member of the commission.
AZ
Yeah.
from Nas's
Because he
crew?
was in the Dead Prez
President
He said he
video.
was all invited
Yeah.
to that video.
That's what led to the speculation.
You know, honestly, I can't say yes or no to that. I can tell you who I knew was the commission and
Please.
who the honorary members kind of was. Obviously, it was, you know, Jay and Big. There was mention of the girl from Philly,
Charlie Baltimore.
Charlie Baltimore. She was mentioned in it. And then there was another rapper.
Smooth the Hustler.
No,
Oh.
no, not Smooth the Hustler. Give me a second.
Wasn't C supposed to?
C's was down with whatever Big did, so
Gotcha.
you know you don't really count that.
Big L.
No, it wasn't Big L. I don't even
It
know
was
if Big L was
all
alive.
Brooklyn,
I think did Bell. No, I'm not sure.
I think
Nah, nah. But it was mostly talk. It wasn't actually something that came to fruition. What was gonna come to fruition was the tour. What Mark Pitts and Puff and all of us was working on was the tour before Big died. The tour was gonna be crazy, and that's when you would have saw the evolution of whatever we was doing and all the La Familia people that were down with us, because we had a lot of La Familia extended family that would have brought the whole house down, you know. But that untimely death kind of killed that vibe. You know, I brought up the record that I did in '96 for Trey. Like, Trey was the opening act for the tour.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna ask you if you were the connection, because keeping hands high is like my favorite big verses.
Yeah.
I saw an episode about this with Guru.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to Guru about this. Oh my
What
God.
did you sing about bringing them out?
Well, it's hard to yell with them barrels in your mouth. It's more than I expected. I
Yeah,
thought your
yeah.
jewels was running, but they
yeah.
wasn't. So
Oh
running.
my God, yeah.
Because
That was absolute destruction. Yeah, that was absolute destruction. That was purposeful though. That was purposeful.
Why you say that?
When we went to Big, you know, Big, let's back up for a minute. Think about that moment in time. This is 1996. Who, besides Meth, has Big done records with at this moment in time? Hip hop people.
Jay-Z. Jay-Z.
96.
96.
Yes.
Jay-Z.
He got shit with the Lox
Jay-Z.
96
Brooklyn's
and
finest.
freestyle.
Brooklyn's finest with Jay-Z.
Right.
Bad boy.
He had stuff with R&B artists.
That was our record.
No,
Yeah.
he's talking. Pardon me if I'm wrong. He's
Yes.
talking about outside
Side
of the camp.
of the
Yes,
camp.
outside of the camp.
Included.
Outside of the camp. Yeah, outside
That's
of the
why.
camp.
That's why I
Right.
said Jay.
Yeah.
Jay's one.
Yeah.
And Meth.
Meth was on Ready to Die.
It's on the album.
Right. So besides Shaq,
Right.
Stay in the rain.
that was Money. Michael Jackson,
Mhm.
that was Money.
Mary J.
Mary J, but that
She's
was
family.
early. That was early.
Yeah.
Some things were early, like even Craig Mack. Big didn't necessarily love Craig Mack. You know, God bless both of them. But he did it politically because at that moment he had to. But by 1996, who was Notorious Big?
He was the guy,
He
man.
was the guy.
He was.
Right.
So what reason did he have to do a record with Tracy Lee?
None
You?
whatsoever.
You?
No.
He didn't have any reason to do that record.
He had no reason to do that
Right.
record.
Is that why his name didn't show up on the credits?
No, his name showed up on the credits.
No,
but we
on
had
the
some-
actual album.
Oh yeah, politically we went through some things with clearances. Yes.
Yeah, I remember.
yes.
Yo, his name is not there.
Mhm.
He wanted to. We had to play him Trey first, even though that was my artist, and Mark Pitt signed him. There was no obligation for Big. Big didn't do shit for Crew. He wasn't on, you know, Changing Faces and all these other groups Mark had. He didn't do something for every bad boy act that was there.
Mhm.
He didn't do shit with. He didn't have records with every Junior Mafia member.
That's true.
Think about Biggie at the time. So we had to literally sit in the car and play him Trey.
And that's what he did. That head nod.
This is
Uh-huh.
yo, Deric. That nigga nice. Mark. That nigga nice. I'll do a record with him. Just tell him be prepared to be number 2.
Oh, that's crazy.
So,
Love that shit.
Competition.
That's what we talking about.
So I set that up to say that I heard all of this big body Trey and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And the answer is, it was supposed to be that way.
Big was
For
already in
many
the mindset.
reasons. One, it's 1996. Trey is a rookie off of the Farm League. What do you expect?
Mm.
Two, 1996, Big is big. But he don't got no records with Nas, Raekwon, Tretch, Pun, Redman,
Fat Joe.
Joe.
It's just one other guy
It's just one other guy.
who was hanging, who was right there with him.
Oh,
Yeah.
that because
Brooklyn's
they were boys.
finest.
They were boys. They went to
Yeah.
high school
No, but
together.
in '96, it was still Biggie was still.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Biggie was still
But Brooklyn's finest wasn't
Yeah.
it wasn't no wash.
No, it wasn't a wash.
Yeah,
but
it was
it still wasn't
you
the,
was
the body
arguing
of
that.
work that Biggie had already established,
Right.
and the New York presence. So he had to do this record with Trey. So let's rewind. The concept of a feature is what?
To help get the fan base of that artist.
So do we want the person on the record to do better than us? That's why we're featuring them.
Right.
We want Biggie to shine because that's why we put him on the record. What's the use of putting somebody on a record and you blow them out?
Right.
So I'm not saying
Nah, I don't know.
Okay, so think about this, but think about my concept.
I'm thinking about
in theory.
there's
in
one
theory,
person.
In theory, when you put a feature on, it's because when you get to this part, it's supposed to take the record here.
Yeah.
You get Andre 3000 on a record, not who's gonna body Andre 3000. So even if Biggie did body Trey, who would have bodied Big in '96? Name them with record deals.
Nobody was fucking with
Even the niggas,
Nobody.
no disrespect to you. I don't know what you were doing in '96. But there are some podcasters who were rapping then. What would they have done with a track with Biggie?
Not a damn
They done played their goddamn position.
So
Best they could.
Nah, I mean,
So-
Like, I got a feature
So
with
what
Big.
the disadvantage that Tracy Lee had, which wasn't really a disadvantage, but it was that Big got pre-gamed. He heard Trey before the world heard Trey.
Big got something with Sadat X too.
So Big's thing was, when y'all hear this nigga, hear me.
And know that I'm the nicest.
So for that to, but also for that to be one of your nicest Biggie verses, you had to go hear Trey Lee to get it.
Yeah. Facts.
Right.
Facts.
That's like affiliate marketing.
Yeah.
Right.
I wasn't mad at it.
So I'm
but
saying,
I did say, whoa.
Yeah.
God damn. Talk about ass whipping. That shit was great.
Whoever got on that track with Big would have suffered this conversation.
Yes. Yeah.
Because his goal, once he heard the demo, was to say, I have to show Youngin
I'm not to be fucked with.
I'm not to be fucked with, because the same way the Locks put themselves, if you're gonna dance, you gotta dance with the best. They dance with the best, and so everybody they dance with it, caught it. Period. Period, end of story. Busta Rhymes ended up coming and doing a remix with Trey Lee. He didn't have to. Shout out to Bust. So again, Trey proved himself to the greatest. So on that record, Big did what he was supposed to do, but Big also did what he wanted to do to make sure that the message was sent.
Yeah.
Yeah, he overdid it.
He overdid it.
Just ain't got that blow. You remember that verse? Y'all remember that verse?
Which one?
Diamonds on my neck, phone dropped up, chilling on the scene, smoking hails of green.
Yeah.
Ooh, see. Oh, okay.
I
So
don't-
yeah,
Big
this
never
nigga,
spit a whack
this
verse.
nigga was calculated.
Yeah.
He was
At that
calculated.
age, at that age.
So again, here I am, 96. I got Trey Lee. Then all of a sudden, that drop, I'm Stanley Steeman. Now the next thing, that all I need is something to just put the icing on the cake. And I was hypnotized. And this was all 96.
But wait.
Yeah,
So
please,
so
go back, man.
We kind of went past.
Oh, my bad. I'm
That's a fact,
driving.
yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
I'm driving.
speeding,
Yeah, I'm speeding.
You went
double shit for this
You went
shit?
straight
Yeah,
straight
my bad,
past
my bad.
Hitman Avenue.
Okay, Hitman Avenue. Let's do it.
How did that legendary
Super
group
producer
of producers? Yeah.
Again, the psychopath we call Sean Combs, in his infinite wisdom, Harv leaves. Me and Puff just got fired from Mary. He got an album to work on. They in the studio. I come to the studio. He tells everybody to clear out the studio. The fuck, yo? Because he's a very powerful, what's the word? Motivator.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of his greatest gifts. Said, nigga, you know how ill you are? 93. He got 93 on. He hit, that's the button he hit. As soon as everybody left. 93 octane. Like I'm a Rolls Royce, nigga. He just, you ill. But you could be iller. What you mean, homie? Come aboard. Help me make these albums. I got a plan. With me? I ain't never made nobody else's album. Here I go again. I ain't never did this. I know. But you can. I know I can. But it's that easy? You just see it and say, let's go? Yeah, it's that easy.
You
Let's
probably
go.
seen something that you didn't see.
Or I saw it, just didn't think it was needed.
Right.
You here, nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, really, what do you need me for? But you do need me. Once I realized my value, I was necessary, more than necessary, as you can see the results. Previously on Ready to Die, nigga. Let's go from there. Man.
Oh, come on, don't do that.
Come on,
Get
fam.
goosebumps. Get goosebumps,
Come on,
man.
fam.
Stop.
Yeah.
Come on, fam. We gonna do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Previously on Ready to Die.
So my value stepped up. But again, in his infinite wisdom, he said, I can do the job. I only came the captain of the Hitmen by default because the Hitman was, again, him in his psychopathic brain, found some nigga from Buffalo that can take everything in here and make a song out of it, Stevie J. Nasheem Myrick, who was working under Chucky Thompson and just, got his own, like, this sound and ear that only he has, and grabbed him. Puff and Ron were, they weren't really like the tightest, so they didn't really know each other like that, except through school. They didn't really hang out. But Ron was my partner. And so he called a meeting again. He hired me as A&R, and then 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, he wants to have another meeting. Stevie J, who I just met recently, Ron Lawrence, Nasheem, and me. Chucky at this point was his producer with Mary and all that, but Chucky had started his Truck Life company by then, so he's trying to do his thing. So Chucky's around, but he's not like we're around. And this nigga comes, I got an idea. I need an in-house producing camp, and y'all gonna be them. I want to make none but hit records. I want to kill the radio for the next 3 years. I got Biggie, I got me. I just signed these niggas. I just signed Mace. I was there when he signed the Locks. I knew Black Raw was signed before all of them. Right? Black Raw was signed in 95 before the Locks and me. So this was his vision. I got Faith, Carl Thomas, Total, and I need y'all to do it.
Shit.
It's just 4 of us in the room. You need us to do all that, nigga? Yeah. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fly us all to Trinidad for a month. I'm gonna get all of y'all. He found this place called the Caribbean Sound Basin. And the shit was 4 floors, 2 huge A rooms that was like 3 times this room, and then rooms all upstairs, a gym. They didn't have no basketball court, so they built the basketball court for us outside.
Wow.
We got a beach. I'm eating bacon shark. If any of y'all are West Indian, bacon shark. Right off the beach. You go right there, they got the cook right there. You're on the beach, you're there, and they cooking you with bread, and they make the shark, they put it in there, put all the sauces in there, and they shit is just dripping all down. Bill Cosby style, nigga, you looking all crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit is like, for a month. Trinidadian women. That's what came out of there, nigga.
Holy
Can you imagine why that shit came out of there, nigga? I just ate some shark. Trinidadian over here, nigga. I'm on the 3rd floor by myself, nigga. We wilding out there.
So about the
We making all types of records out there. Remember that beat? I just can't help feeling the way I feel.
Yeah.
But that wasn't for Faith. That was for Aaliyah. Aaliyah flew down there. Faith flew down there. Big flew down there. 112 was down there. We was down there wilding. We made the for Little Kim and nigga, we was down there wilding to the point where Puff made a competition. Puff and Stevie J, Nasheem and Carlos Brody, because Carlos Brody was there. Shout out to Carlos Brody, because Nasheem brought Carlos in. That's how Carlos Brody got in.
Right.
And me and Ron Lawrence. So, but we all got our own rooms. We got Ron Lawrence, Carlos Brody, and somebody else, day-to-day niggas. They get up at 5:30 in the morning, all that shit. Me, Nasheem, Puff, we 5:30 in the morning. I'm just hitting the hay, nigga. I'm sleeping during the day. They got meals for us. We eating breakfast, lunch. They feeding us. And all we got to do is make music. Faith down there, 112 down there, Lee down there. We down there wilding. And all the music that came back.
Yo. Because of the environment.
We fly back in 96. That was March 96.
What was the competition?
Who could come up with the hottest records?
And what was the prize?
To this day, I don't remember the prize, but I know nobody could have won if I named you all the records that each one of us did from down there. It's How Do You Choose Queen Bitch? Benjamin's, Been Around the World.
You made
all that was done.
Yeah, all that was done in a month.
Oh my God.
In 3 weeks.
Yo.
4 weeks.
That's like what you did, yo, man. That's like what you did not too long ago when we went to Miami.
Yeah.
And you bought Aaron and
Oh,
YB.
man, I know what the greats are doing.
So that was it. When we came back, that was it. And we got busy. Hypnotized, the locks jumped. They didn't even like the beat.
Hypnotized?
No, the Benjamins.
Benjamins.
The locks. They
You
didn't
didn't like it? Out of their goddamn mind.
That's crazy.
Shit. But they wrote some shit to it.
Biggie didn't like The World Is Filled. Biggie didn't like a few beats on that album. Biggie didn't like The World Is Filled. I had to find Carl Thomas.
What?
Carl Thomas was singing. Carl Thomas was singing at a fucking open mic next to Daddy's house one day. Me, Stevie J, we going downstairs, taking a break. Ron Grant, remember Ron Grant? Ron Grant's at these showcases. We sitting there, we got some chicks, we smoking, chilling. All of a sudden I hear this nigga singing on stage and shit. And the shit's just getting more powerful, more powerful. I turn around, look up. This nigga is crazy. Go introduce myself, tell him who I am. Oh, I know who y'all are, Daddy. I said, well, we right next door, nigga. Why don't you come upstairs and come vibe? And he did. I'm right on the spot. The world is filled with pimps and hoes.
We'll just talk about those I know.
Break it
Because that nigga Puff, we gotta finish, and Big don't like this beat, and me and Puff love it. I made it in Trinidad. Puff, Big don't. Carl laid that shit down. I went into the studio. I sat next to my man. Now, mind you, for months, remember, albums took months to make, right? Months, years. Big would come to the studio, and I'd have The World Is Filled playing. This nigga would come to the studio. Deric, turn that shit off, man. Fuck. Or I do shit like, when they was leaving the studio, one day me and D-Rock almost got to a fight, like funny fight, but I used to do crazy shit to them niggas. So one day when Big left, I forgot what session it was, but he wanted to hear, I think maybe Somebody Gotta Die, something we was doing, one of them type records. So I made a cassette. We made cassettes, but it was The World Is Filled beat. I didn't give him. I didn't give him. I got that. I gave The World Is Filled beat. Them niggas got the trunk, put that shit in the trunk. Studio ringing. I'm like, oh my God, I cannot get this nigga to write this beat. I can't get this nigga to do it. That nigga CTZ came through, nigga laid that chorus down. I went to the studio. I looked at Big. I said, can I play you something? I put that shit on. That nigga said, the world is filled with Pip. Said, oh, that nigga Big said, why you ain't say something? That's all you had to say, yo. All this time, you played it, that's all you had to say. When the Remy's in the system, ain't no telling when I fuck over like this. The rest is history. I had to pull teeth for that shit. Did he write that?
Did he just go in the booth and
No, he had this custom fit. B.I.G. custom fitted everything. There was no spare verses lying around for anything. Everything was custom fit and detailed. He knows we didn't have no book around and shit. Yeah, I did get to the next nigga.
None
of
Everything custom fit. The beat first. First the beat and then let me listen. And this is his motions. 300 something pounds, nigga.
Nah.
I never heard that about Big.
West Indian, nigga.
Never.
He in it. That shit is in him. He in there.
Yo, you never noticed like
Just in there, and then he'd be like, "Okay, I'm ready. You ready?
It's like he got possessed or something.
Big-
Ready? What you mean ready?
Big's flow
I'm
was
ready.
like you could
You just wrote the whole shit? Yeah, let's go.
yeah.
wow.
You could dance and rap at the same time.
Because you're moving to the tempo.
Some people's flow, the way they rap, it throws you off the rhythm. You start following the way that they're rapping. But with Big, like there was always a bop, a bounce. You know what I mean?
Just his
Where you
voice
could just
alone.
keep going, like
Right. It could be the beat could be gone, and it's just his vocals.
and
You
you
can bop
could
to
still
it.
find the
Right.
bop.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jay got that from Big. Because
Yeah.
when you see Jay listening to the beats, Timberland shit, he just
Yeah.
get in his zone, then he go right in the booth.
Don't forget One More Chance hit, my other hits, other shit. Niggas spit be counterfeit. Robbie come naturally in and out like fucking rapidly. That's the guy to me. Make his chest rest where his back should be. Fucking blast should be. You know what I mean? It's always, that shit is magic.
When we got back, it was just
Fucking
everybody
magic.
just get in line and get your hits.
So y'all had
Oprah style. You get a hit. You get a hit. Nigga. You get a hit, nigga. Y'all get hits, nigga. You get a hit. You get a hit, nigga. We out there just divvying and we throwing shit from back pockets and shit. All types of shit, nigga. That's what we doing, and we on our own dick for it because we did make hit records, nigga.
so for timeless shit.
For other niggas too. You get yours too. We wasn't just, you need one, Jay, we'll give you that one. I did Where I'm From. You need something what you need.
Was that Trinidad too?
Huh?
That was Trinidad too?
Nah, that was after Trinidad.
that was after.
But still.
Wait. Time out. Hold on. We can't. No. You did Where I'm From.
Wait up, so time out. Nobody know your man discography in here?
No, I knew that.
We need to go
I knew
over
that.
the discography.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go over the
Where I'm
discography. I
from,
knew you
Cough
did
Up
it, but I
Alone.
like to know the story
Yeah.
behind like how you created that. Like,
Yeah, Ron Lawrence created the track from a live record. D.Dot came in and put the
the slime! You put the slime on that shit, nigga! The slithery slime!
and then went in with my man. Jay actually shout out to Dame Dash because Dame Dash is the one who picked the beat.
Shout out to Dame.
And hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hip hop?
Yeah.
Hip hop. Then Jay heard it. And we got in the studio. And your man, he wasn't really ad-lib king. And I'm like, nah, fam, we gonna have to spice this up a little bit. Put up the bucket can and run. Come on, nigga, loosen your tie, nigga. That's
Yeah.
me, you know?
So you in the session when he was recording?
Absolutely.
Wow.
I'm a very humble dude, but that's when my magic happens, when I'm there. I was there, Life After Death. I'm sure that's a lot of people's favorite album because a lot of producers that was on there, they heard their record after I finished it.
Even RZA.
That's Deric Angelettie. All of them.
Even
All
RZA.
of them.
Even my friends, they heard their record after Deric Angelettie and Sean Combs finished it and said, how do you like it? Enjoy.
Wait, hold on, man. Come on, man. This is legendary shit, man. Come on, man. We got stories to these songs, man.
Now, not to say none of them actually participated like Buck Wild, and they were there, but the finished products, for example, my big brother, who I love to death, who's one of the greatest ever do it, Easy Mo B.
Salute.
Going back to Cali.
Salute.
I'm sure we're going back to Cali, and I love the dough.
Right.
He wasn't there when Angela Winbush did her thing. That was us. He was upset about that. But again, it wasn't no disrespect to him, but the way our machine moves, we got it. And you won't be disappointed. Trust us.
Right.
And that's just how we had to do it. Because we couldn't engage with everybody to say, what's your opinion? When we have a mission here.
They got a formula.
We have a formula and a mission here, so we're going to try to achieve that goal. So it wasn't non-communication. It was just, this is what we like. Even Premier, who I said is an alien from another planet, who I love, you know, just his music is just insane. We had to say, hey, you know, we put hooks on our joints. Like, you know, we need choruses. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 came from us asking him to try to do something besides just, come on, yeah. You know, that's, and he did.
Yeah.
His genius. So when pushed, you never know what you're going to get. So in his genius, when that came back, it was instant classic. Instant.
Here's my question, right? The sound, right? The sound quality at that time in '96, when you hear Iron Man, when you hear other albums that came out at that time, AZ, I think AZ's album dropped that
Purple
year.
Tape. Were you guys
Purple Tape was in
conscious
'94
of what other people were doing? Were you?
We hip hop.
Because I know Def Jam had a war room.
We hip hop. See, the thing about it, and you can ask people, like, one of our competitors but love was Loud Records. Sean C was over there. You know, Maddie C was involved with Biggie, obviously, in the beginnings. And they had hip hop royalty over there, nigga. The Wu and Mobb Deep and Pun and
Dead
all
Prez,
that, Dead Prez.
Exhibit.
And that shit was, so we knew everything that was going on over there. We also knew what was going on over there on the West Coast with them niggas over there and them maniacs with the music. Them niggas was psycho. Like, what are they doing? Every other record is a smash hit. Then the one in between is a hit. Dre and them. Like, that's how maniacal they getting out there. It's a machine. So we'd be fools not to study. Life After Death was everybody's album that came out before us and every movie that we loved. We watched movies for hours. We sat and listened to every album, Mob, Pops, Wu-Tangs, everybody, as assignments for ourselves. Not just fans, but Biggie was storyboarded. Like a movie. Calculated. Me and this nigga sitting in there hours when ain't nobody there. Trying to figure out how this works, how this does this, how this does that, while he's running a company, while he's trying to be a superstar, while he got all the artists he got to satisfy. While we trying to develop LOX, develop Murder, develop Black Rob, get Faith's second album jumping, get 112's second album jumping, get Carl Thomas introduced to the world. This is all the shit I'm doing And I did it in I made 6 albums in two years and bounced. So that's what we was doing. And that's how I indirectly became the captain of the Hitmen, because I needed to say, Nasheem, I need you here. Mario, Stevie, over here. Chucky, over here. Carlos, Young Lord, J-Dub, come do your magic. Somebody come play a harp. Somebody come do this. Oh, that beat is crazy. That's what I'm doing every day for 2 years straight.
How damaging? Yeah. All right.
I'm like, let's pick the room up. I feel like I'm dead in the room. Like,
nah, because I was definitely about to go.
Yeah. Let's do it.
You got to understand the effect all of these records had on every one of us in this room.
They were supposed to. That's what it was supposed to do.
What were the shots that people were sending that you guys were conscious of?
The Backpackers.
Oh.
What's my youngin' name I love to death? The producer, 88 Keys.
Shout out to 88.
He did
Shout
no
out to
church for a
88.
while.
Yeah, shout out to 88. I met 88 with the Kanye days, because y'all know I managed Kanye early in his career. So
Right.
About maybe 3-4 years ago, 88 Keys approached me and said, Dot, I want to apologize to you. Because back then, I was one of the guys that was hating on what y'all was doing. Because it looked, from the outside looking in, it looked like all we was doing was taking samples, looping them up, and singing on them as if that was really easy to do. And the Backpackers, the purists, you ain't chop the beat up and take the sample out and flip it around and put it up your ass and do all types of nutty shit. So you're not a real producer. So you're not real producers.
Right.
Because y'all had some triplicate and you ain't got this going on. And what's the nigga that passed away, God bless his soul? Jay Dilla. If we ain't doing it like Jay Dilla, you ain't the realest nigga. No disrespect. Have y'all nigga checked D.Dot's catalog? I love Jay Dilla to death, but he can't see my catalog. Period in the story. That's no disrespect, but we got to talk about, we talk about Jordans and Kobe's and all these other niggas, but nobody talk about fucking Karl Malone. Why he left off the list?
The Ring. If you want to ask the Karl Malone question, it's
The Ring, that's all it
It's
takes.
The Ring.
He was only busting all of their ass. Still maybe the third leading scorer in the league to this day, maybe.
That's a fact.
But we don't talk about him. That's D.Dot.
Number one player to catch a check, too.
That's D.Dot. Y'all talk about all these other producers. I love all these other producers. I give them shout out. But put their shit up against mine. My shit is still in movies to this day, nigga. You go see the motherfucking...
That's a fact.
My shit is all over the place. Records I made 27 years ago.
And your shit is resampled.
Man, when that white man come walking across my lawn, nigga, he gets Christmas gifts because he got the manila envelopes. You know what the manila envelopes look like, nigga? No disrespect to anybody, but my dick gets hard off of manila envelopes. Them shits is this big and they got the blue lines in them, nigga. And you know what that means? My kids are happy this month. College is paid off. So I told 88 Keys, we could have easily been chopping up beats and doing all that. Manila, vanilla, gatilla, fatilla, all over the beats. Using these big ass words. Nah, nigga. Ladies, my Mercedes, Hoffa in the back, tooth and fat, keep cat, cats try to test me. Every club in America, nigga.
Yep.
We Samboing our way right to the fucking bank. Fuck y'all niggas with that shit. All that backpack, underground. We did that. We can do that. We got Hushachas and Benjamins and Money Pound Respects and 25. We can do that in our sleep. But bad boy, you make me feel so good. You know, how many niggas was doing that? Well, Track Masters, Bad Boy, The Doctor, and then it stops. Everybody was trying. Oh, Jermaine, gotta give Jermaine, you know, one of the greatest to ever do it. Then the record just everybody else tried it. But it just, something just didn't, remember that nigga said, Luther Vandross, just didn't have that curl, it just didn't curl all the way. They just couldn't do it. So it wasn't easy, 88 was trying to say. Because I'm sure he's tried it and many have. And it wasn't easy.
Right.
So he was basically giving us our props that there was a lane for that. And y'all niggas took that lane and fast lane that shit. So I have respect for anybody that does this shit because it's hard to make records and classic records. We've been blessed to make records that are going to far outlast us. That's our legacy. And I think that's commendable in these hip hop days. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's what we did. So I have respect for all them dudes and everybody that did something, but I don't respect people that categorize what we did as if we did something wrong, as if we were the sellouts. We took hip hop to now where hip hop is the only genre that has its own economy in the world. And you can't say Bad Boy and D.Dot and Puffy and Harv and Mark and Biggie and all of us ain't have a fucking hand in that shit. So these youngins now that's selling out arenas understand that we paved the way, and then the Grandmaster Cazes and the Kumo D's and all of them before us paved the way for us, the Big Daddy Kanes, KRS's, the Slick Ricks and all of them. Rakim. LL. So that's what we did. But again, back to Puff, and his mental was a bunch of ragtag niggas that in his mind wasn't ragtag, just needed some direction. And that's what he was good at.
Orchestrating.
You know what it takes to do this with your back turned? When everybody else is seeing y'all and your back is turned. That's what the real orchestra leader does.
Mm-hmm.
So think about that concept. And then he turned around, which made it even more global because he's a star. Shit was a book, my nigga. Shit was crazy, man. And yeah, that's the name of my book. I was there.
Is there a reason you stood out the limelight though? Like
Yeah.
and all that?
Yeah. I got married in 98.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
been married 25 years.
That's a good reason to stay out.
Clap to that.
But that wasn't the
You
reason.
don't need those problems.
That wasn't the reason I stayed out. The main reason I stayed out is because of my experiences. I seen what certain people had to sacrifice to get what they wanted.
Right.
And I wasn't willing to do that.
Right.
Family, friends, women, kids, time. I just saw Busta Rhymes' story that he said he recently cried because he missed his son's high school graduation. I ain't miss a Girl Scout meeting, nigga. I ain't miss a Daisy meeting. High school, I ain't missing shit for this business. But them niggas who are who they are, they had to make those hard choices. So I respect Busta because that was a hard choice to make. I respect the Jays and the Puffs and the Jermaines and the Dr. Dre's and all of these, babies and all these executives that y'all look from the outside like it's just all about money. No, they have to make critical and executive decisions all of the fucking time. And it doesn't always agree with public opinion. So I respected that and said, I don't even want to have to make those decisions. So I just choose not to, which means I'm not going to have what y'all have and I sleep like a baby. Because I made enough for my kids to have enough and hopefully their kids have enough. Obviously, I got more work to do, like we all do. But the sacrifices that these dudes had to make, I commend. Because that's conscious choices and to have the thick enough skin to get through it. Because not everybody got through it. Some people made choices to be dickheads and steal and rob and whatever they got to do, and they didn't make it out of that matrix. Some niggas did, and I commend them because it's hard. Now I don't look down on nobody that had to do what they got to do to get to where they at. That's you got to deal with your karma for that. I just wasn't willing to do certain things. Take niggas' money, rob them for this, take that. For what? Can't take it with me. And I just don't like looking over my shoulder.
Oh, wow.
I showed up here, Dolo.
That's a fact.
You got a problem with me? You just got problems, nigga. I don't want no smoke, nigga. Let's smoke one, as a matter of fact. How about we smoke one? Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Not speaking on the bad business practices, but I'm sure you understand that keeping your name out of the spotlight is the reason why your discography isn't discussed next to some of the people you were talking about.
Is that really the reason?
Yeah.
Because I don't vocally talk about myself?
Or okay, let's put it this way. You're spoken about in circles where they're connoisseurs and they're talking about hip. Connoisseurs talk about you all the time. That's nothing. But if you're talking about the masses knowing, and the masses, and when those conversations come up and the lists get made, yeah, you get left out because you're not as vocal as the guy next to you.
And that's fine, but you still can't ignore the statistics.
It's not to be ignored. If you're asking why your name isn't in the conversation.
No, I didn't ask why my name is in
Well,
I already know why my name is not in the conversation. But what I'm saying to you is neither is Karl Malone's. But that'll remove him from his spot.
But see, I don't think that's a good comparison because Karl Malone didn't get a ring.
Yeah,
you got
a
ring,
bunch of them,
why
my guy.
does the ring have to be? You scored the most points out of 10,000 people that played the game.
Because the dudes he's in the discussion with got rings.
Allen Iverson don't have a ring.
He's into this. Allen Iverson's rarely in the conversation
He's
with
always
LeBron,
in the
Kobe, and
discussion.
Jordan. LeBron, Kobe, and Jordan. He's not in those conversations.
There's only 3 people we talking about.
LeBron, Kobe, and Jordan are the main.
So when y'all talk about great players, that's only 3 people they talk about?
We start talking about
of course.
Who else do they talk about?
No, but
do
when
they
you
talk about anybody that
goats,
don't have?
When you talk about GOATs,
which is what we're discussing.
Only those guys get mentioned.
And I'm asking you why?
Because they got rings.
Because
it.
At some point,
it's what separates them from the other guys we're talking about.
That ring represents, hands down, tried and tested. We are the best.
When it came down to it, you couldn't beat
You got
me
rings.
for this.
You got rings. You got rings.
Got too many rings
And yet
on your
I'm still
fingers.
not mentioned. So what's your point? Is my question.
Just being visual.
Marketing.
Oh, so there's more.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying too?
Marketing.
Y'all keep adding on things
No, I'm
that
saying-
make the reason
I'm
why
saying the same
niggas is
thing.
great. So what I'm saying to you is, if I have to market myself, I have to go through all of this just for a nigga to talk about me in the midst of niggas that I already smashed.
Okay.
What I'm saying to you, let's name some producers. Y'all name them, and then put. You know my discography?
Dr. Dre.
Okay, I could never compare to Dr. Dre
Okay.
or Pharrell.
Timbaland.
Never.
Okay.
But what about them other ones?
Bro, I just answered the question.
No, you didn't. There's more. Don't we put Pete Rock and Primo and Large Professor and all these guys in them conversations?
They're all talked about in the conversations.
But what
amongst
about the record? What
connoisseurs.
about the track record?
The who?
The
Track
records.
records. The track record.
You said I got rings.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. But because I don't
Okay.
promote myself.
So does Q-Tip.
Right.
So does Q-Tip.
Q-Tip has what, rings?
Yes.
Of
And
course he
Q-Tip
does.
is one of the greats.
Right.
He's also not mentioned in the same conversations we talking about. You know who put me on to him? Not onto him, like, but in that regard, look at it. Buster said to me, yo, he's like the East Coast Dr. Dre and niggas don't give him credit.
Oh, no, that's a fact.
But that's my point. Eric Sherman. Q-Tip.
DR period.
If we all had to put on a sign and said, see me, you'd be correct, fam. What's the point of putting in this work if the work don't speak for itself?
It does, depending on who's doing the speaking. That's all I'm saying. This doesn't invalidate your work, your track record.
No, I'm not saying it does. I sleep good at night. I'm not mentioning them conversations.
Right.
And I don't lose an ounce of sleep on it.
Not that you should.
No, but I know when those conversations do come up and you start talking about songs, which is the business that we're in, the record business, name them. I can compete at the minimum.
All 4 corners.
There's no connoisseur of hip hop who will disagree with that statement.
And I ain't worried about the masses because I never chased the masses. If that was the case, I'd have said, yo, Lock, scream my name on the record.
Well, that's where
Yo,
your
do
rings
this.
came from.
My roots just came from spell my name right, make sure I get my publishing, and I'll take it from here. I just didn't want all of that. I just didn't think it was necessary. Obviously, in hindsight, I should have been like, D.Dot, D.Dot, D.Dot. on everything.
Mhm.
In hindsight,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
In hindsight, yeah.
Right.
I had a young nigga tell me, and I don't remember his name, but he said this to me in DC. He said, Unc, one of the reasons we don't know you because you don't have a tag in your beats.
Right.
Well, okay, Teddy Riley was the first one that I can remember talking on his records, and it worked. I think as producers, we just don't think like that. Like, let me insert myself on every single record for y'all to know who I am. I don't know when that started, but I came late to the party, to that one.
Right.
So by the time my hits was out, I might not even been associated with the hits. To this day, motherfucker walk on me and say, I didn't know you did that.
So
Right.
you never cared to be in the videos, like the visuals and none of that?
And that's why.
Yeah.
That's why. Look at the people you're naming. Look at Jermaine Dupri. We know what he looks like very well. Dancing in the videos, got his own records, wrote for this one, wrote for that one. Diddy, always in the video. Neptunes, whole popular group. Timbaland got his own group.
Those were calculated moves by them, and I applaud that. That just wasn't me standing in every video.
Yeah,
doing
but
what I needed to
Mecca,
do.
you know what's another thing though? Another thing is that you just named the Neptunes, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all know Pharrell.
We don't know.
We don't really know Chad, Hugo, and Shy, right?
Connoisseurs do.
No.
Connoisseur.
That's my
fan
whole
wise,
point.
fan wise, right?
But that's my whole
now
point.
with him, he was under Puff, right?
Which is what I'm getting around to. Puff has fans. Dre has fans. Jermaine Dupri, fans. Pharrell, fans. Timbo, fans. They are fans of that guy specifically.
Yeah.
So they go look up everything he does.
Yeah.
You are part of the Hit Men, which is a collective.
Yeah.
And then Diddy was like the poster child for it.
Yeah.
So Diddy has the fans.
Yeah.
The Hitmen themselves
Yeah.
have appreciators.
Right.
That's where the connoisseurs kick in.
I totally agree.
We love the fuck out of the work that you did. Whether you
agree.
believe it's a sellout or not, it has to be respected
I
off
agree.
the rip for what it did.
Yeah.
But Diddy was the face.
Yeah.
Right.
Dre, Dr. Dre had his own records. He was the face.
Yeah.
Jermaine Dupri, the face. Timbaland, the
And
face.
all them niggas, everything they got was well deserved, and they were supposed to get that. Like I said, mine was a conscious choice because I'll give you a perfect example. Kanye did exactly what I should have did, but I didn't because I didn't care. He did. He was under me and said being under a producer is not how he gonna get his thing. So he needed to go under somebody like Rockefeller, where he can just be the producer and they are artists.
Right.
And that's where he shined.
Right.
In our world, Puffy shined even over some of his own artists. Forget the Hitmen, even some of his own artists.
Right.
So I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying to you, I think that when we do these lists and we do that, we custom fit them to whatever the moment is, as opposed to there is no criteria. Because if you did criteria and made a criteria for your 5 rappers or producers, however y'all do it, then I guarantee you some of the people that y'all like would not be in those lists because they don't fit the criteria what it exactly means to be the top. It's more about your preference.
Right.
Yeah.
So like I said, when I mentioned the other producer named Jay Dilla, I didn't mean to disrespect him. It's not, if I came across that way,
disrespect.
it's basically saying, I got hit records. He got name recognition.
That's the difference.
He got hit records?
Who, Dilla?
Yeah.
It's almost apples and oranges, though. Like I'm
What's
not.
the difference? Hit record is a hit record.
Yeah, no. But that's not
Preference.
that's not what Dilla's appreciated for.
Yeah.
So now we get to that's what I'm
Right,
saying.
the criteria.
Now we get to pick and choose
The criteria.
Why,
Right.
that's what I'm saying to you. That's why I'm not mentioned. Because if we just did statistics like it's supposed to be, who scored the most points? LeBron. We'd like it to be Kobe, but he didn't.
Right.
LeBron did.
Yeah.
Who got the most hits? You got all them Dr. Dre's, Pharrell's, and all of them, but then you got a bunch of other niggas that don't. But yet their names is all the way up here. And I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm saying we, as a hip hop community, we keep custom fitting our lists to what
we
we think is
personally
convenient. Like who's the best rapper? How you going to say this person ain't, this person ain't? Well, what's the criteria?
Right.
What's the categories that they got to fall into?
But this is what I'm saying. When it comes to art, there's always going to be a difference in what's appreciated. It's always going to be someone who likes this a little bit more than that.
And that's my point. But
so
when they
on a
argue,
universal scale, the only thing you can really argue is numbers.
But when they argue from an opinion standpoint, and I'm saying I hate arguing from an opinion.
Right.
I like arguing from let's start with the facts.
Right.
What are the facts? 100 million records, a lot of
Okay.
appreciation.
Okay, let me ask you a question. DMX,
One of the greatest.
Redman.
One of the greatest.
Can DMX rap better than Redman?
That's relative.
Yeah,
That's not a fact. That's not a.
That's an
asking you.
opinion.
That's
thing.
an
But I'm
opinion.
It's an
asking you
opinion
your
thing.
opinion.
I'm saying to me, DMX is a better record maker.
Is he a better MC?
That I couldn't tell you.
And that's where the muddy waters comes in.
How?
That's how this happens.
That's a opinion, bro.
That's an opinion,
I
bro.
like
an
it's
opinion.
play on words. That's where the muddy waters comes in. Yeah, it was cool,
Nigga,
man.
Mac,
But I'm saying, so
Coach Mac,
is Redman a better MC than Biggie?
I feel like
Say
he
again?
wrote that
Is
down.
Redman a better MC than Biggie?
That'd be it.
No.
Right there, you
Let
gotta
him
stop.
answer. Let
If
him
you have
answer
to
that.
think about it, then it becomes an opinion. See, a fact is a fact. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Here's what a fact is. This is a fact, right? You're gonna die. Fact. Is that wrong?
Paying
No.
taxes.
Okay.
That's a fact.
Is there an argument to it? How long you have to think about that when I said it? The minute I said who's better, Redman and Biggie, the minute you have to think about it means there's no fact attached to it. The minute you have to think about it, the minute you have to think about something, there's no fact attached to it. Think about what I'm saying to you.
No, that's
Yeah,
true.
facts are it's across the board.
It's across the board. We can't
No.
argue a fact.
Right.
I didn't have to think about it.
You didn't?
I hesitated to answer.
Why?
I didn't have to think about it.
But who's
Nigga
the
was
better
thinking
MC,
about that
Biggie
shit.
or Redman?
Go ahead, Mac, man.
Redman's
Come
a
on,
better-
man.
Yeah,
Redman is the
You-
better
you-
MC.
Me myself, I don't feel like
This-
I'm gonna die. So
this is-
But I'm saying, but I'm just giving you.
Now we
what
on to a whole
If
different-
we're gonna go
Just
into
saying.
what facts are, that's my point about these lists and all that. There are no facts.
okay.
Primo, Pete Rock, Large Professor, Q-Tip, Eric Sherman. These niggas are legends, and Jay Dilla and all these niggas are huge in the scope of hip hop. Dr. Dre, Pharrell, Timbaland, Swiss Beats, Puff Daddy, Jermaine Dupri, Manny Fresh, all of them dudes, Mel Man, all of these dudes, Mark Batson, all of these dudes these niggas is aliens. But again, when we start talking about who and what, when does facts come in?
Versus.
When you no.
When do we say this is it,
the
this
facts
is it,
come in
this is it?
with the math.
So Jermaine Dupri and Puffy in the verses. You know how many people was talking about
Yeah,
opinions,
yeah.
opinions,
Verses.
opinions, 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 opinions,
Right.
opinions? Jermaine Dupri is a songwriter. Jermaine Dupri actually makes beats. He actually DJs. So on that sense, there is no comparison to who makes songs
Right.
and can write songs. Puffy is a producer, meaning he'll take your beat, your lyrics, your voice, and make a better song than all of y'all combined.
There's a difference. There's a difference there.
So how do you compare the two? Because Jermaine could do that same thing, but Puff can't do some of the things that Jermaine does, and Jermaine can't do some of the things that Puff does. So how do we compare the two? We don't. Them niggas is just special. And we leave them at
can
special.
compare the two.
You can, but
Put them
like,
on a
what are we
stage.
doing?
Put them on a stage and see what happens.
But even then, they both have stage experience. They both are performers.
yeah, but when Puff start doing them dances,
Jermaine gonna start doing them dances.
I'm just saying.
Jermaine
I'm
a
just
break
saying.
dancer.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
When
but
you
nah.
talk about these dudes, there's opinions
we not really.
we can have. We can have
We're
opinions.
not gonna argue that one.
some in the words of no, mama, hell no. Somebody got to be the baddest.
Yeah, and
I'm all about seeing who it is.
and that's what it's been in this industry since its conception. So being on the inside of Bad Boy, the reigning champions of the East Coast, how much heat were you guys taking?
I just told you, the backpackers, the women, the East Coast, West Coast beef, the expectation was a smash hit every time. You know what I mean? Rappers is dying, people taking over, you know. I remember, shout out, R.I.P. to my man Black Rob. I just dropped a new Black Rob album, Life Story 2 is out.
definitely
So I
wanna
was gonna
talk
say
about
that,
that.
but I remember a conversation with Rob, after Biggie died. And he was like, damn, fella, I ain't really get my chance to shine. I don't know if it's ever gonna happen now. And I was like, wow. And this is when Puff's album was called
No Way Out?
No,
Puff Daddy and the Family?
No, it was called The Goodfellas or some stupid shit like that.
Oh, okay.
Something crazy. And Kim and everybody was grieving and all types of shit. And I'm like, man, what the fuck? And I just remember having a conversation with Puff. And he was talking about quitting. And this is all the shit because people coming down on us. Death is coming and motherfuckers are stealing. He going through all his rumors and all the, all the shit he going through, saying he killed this person, he killed that person, this gay shit, this gay, this, his mother, baby mother, it's just killing this man.
Yeah.
He got 100-something employees, he employing blacks and Puerto Ricans, he giving niggas life, and nobody ain't talking about that. I was like, fam, we ain't got no way out, man. I ain't come this far to come this far. And the album went from that to No Way Out.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We got No Way Out. And that's how we dealt with it. Like, we have to go through the fire. There's no way around it, there's no way under it, no way over it. No, we gotta go through it. And if we just team break, we could do it. Everybody run their play, Bill Belichick style, do your job.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we did. Everybody just clicked up and just did our job. And that was it. You know what I'm saying? And that was it. That was the best way I could describe it. And just had to deal with all the shit we had to deal with. And like you said, for me, I pick and choose where I was going to show up and when I wasn't for that limelight shit. So even in Trinidad, I told you in 96, that shit that happened in LA when Puff and Big and them ran into Tupac and them outside was at the, not the Sauce Awards, the Soul Train Awards or whatever that was in LA in 96.
Yeah.
Remember that? I stayed in Trinidad. Puff said, come on, get on a plane with us. Stevie J went. I was like, nah, I'm good. Stay right here, enjoy this bacon shark, make some beats and chill. Ron Lawrence went to his country. His country was like right next door. He's from Dominica or something like that. Dominica.
Mm-hmm.
He went to Dominica. Some people went back to New York. I stayed in Trinidad and avoided all of that shit that happened. Heard the stories when they came back. That's how you know. My man, who y'all love, was told in shootouts to just stay low and keep firing, man. That's how I live.
Mm. Figuratively and literally.
Literally.
Stay low and keep firing.
Yeah.
Brooklyn mentality.
When
Black Rob in stores right now, life story too, baby. Just so y'all know, you know what I'm saying?
Go get that.
Go get that.
Go get that.
Yeah.
It's rare that we get an inside look to what was going on around those times.
Yeah.
Biggie passes away. Who are you guys looking around at as the torch? Who's gonna pick up the torch?
I don't know if it's a pick up a torch thing. Puff's album was next. And there was no way to really do it without that album. Like, to be honest with you, if that album didn't come out, the effect that the other albums had might not have worked. He had to put it on his back first. As you see, he did. And then he let the youngins, my starting five, he let them live. And that's all I needed because he wasn't a real rapper. I'm in there working with him, but I'm like,
Right.
you know what I mean? But we got through it.
Right.
But I'm looking forward to my five, MURDAH, LOX, and BR. That's you know what I'm saying? I'm getting ready to, that's my coach. I'm Black Dean Smith at this point. That's how I'm feeling. You know what I mean? I'm getting ready to show y'all niggas what I do. As soon as I get this nigga's album out the way. And we got his album out the way.
Mace was next.
Mace was next. And that's when I dug in and said, now you're gonna see what I really do. You know what I'm saying?
Angelettie, bad boy, niggas ain't ready.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. And then LOX, like I couldn't wait to get to them. Couldn't wait. I was like, and then of course BR, me and BR like brothers. So that was like, my Moses Malone right there. You know what I'm saying?
How did you feel when all the contract stuff started coming out? Everybody's beefing about the business being done dirty and
Relax.
Diddy's your man, but
Mace
these dudes are your brothers.
leaves.
Yeah, everybody's beefing over money. Because you're kind of in the middle.
I'm not in the middle. I looked at all them niggas and said, did y'all have lawyers? Have a nice day. The fuck is all this conversation about? Did you have a lawyer? If you didn't have lawyers, what the fuck? Puffy don't own my publishing. I still own my publishing to this day, every dime of it. What the fuck did y'all give your publishing away for? He ain't put a gun in nobody's head. He's not that gangster. Niggas, did you read? Fuck all this sob story for these rappers, man. If reading, school, lawyers, managers, they were all in place. If you fucked up, fire them. I told you I went to Howard, doors was open. That's the same thing like contracts. The fuck? If you gonna leave your door open, nigga,
I'm gonna take your shit.
you gonna get robbed.
Right.
Put the latch on the door. I mean, all these sob stories about these niggas getting their publishing back and all, you should have never gave it. Unless you was broke. Tell that story then. I needed it. And whether it was Sean Combs, Sean Connery, Sean Penn, you gave it up.
Right.
What if they had no knowledge of the game?
Then that's their fault. Don't play a game you don't know how to play. Do you play Skelly without knowing how to play Skelly? What game do you go play and don't know how to play to say, let's play? Poker. Do you go put $1,000 on the table, don't know how to play poker? So then what the fuck was they doing? Don't have no sympathy for these niggas. You played a game that you didn't know how to play, didn't read the rules, and got fucked. That's exactly what was supposed to happen. That's what happened with 2 Kings of the Cypher. I ain't out there saying, Gregory Peck, you motherfucker. No. I left the door open. He didn't rob me. I'm not saying I'm just saying the contracts weren't in artist's favor.
Right.
They're not in producer's favor. They're not in your favor. Read that because it says it. This is going to fuck you. This fucks you. This does this. This does that. But you got to read it or somebody got to read it and then translate it to you. So you can't tell me you had managers, handlers, lawyers, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, uncles, and still caught it with no Vaseline? Shoot yourself, nigga. I don't want to hear that shit. D.Dot got all his publishing, and Puffy dangled that shit in front of me too. Yeah, thanks, nigga. I'm gonna figure this out over here. So I'm not saying it's wrong to sell you whatever, but don't cry later.
Right.
I don't listen to all that shit. Cause you know, there's reasons why niggas go to law school. Use them. And if you don't know, somebody said, I have lawyers watching lawyers so I don't go broke. Somebody said that too, so get another one. You got 3 publicists, how about 2 lawyers, nigga? Maybe.
What if niggas ain't have the money for the lawyers?
What if?
What if?
What if I was
what if?
6'3", nigga? What if I was 6'3" and chocolate?
What if? Think about it. What if?
And bald-headed and chocolate. What if? It was all what if. What if they read the contract? How about that?
They ain't know how to read.
Yeah, then that's the
Remember
again,
what
man.
he said? Putting the G on the table, you don't know how to play?
Right.
That's you without a
All that
lawyer.
makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
How about don't sign nothing till you can afford a lawyer? Find one, like do something.
Yeah, so I'm not with all the
Niggas
sympathy.
like, yo, fuck all of that. We signing right here. What do I sign?
Right.
Rock out.
A lot of niggas did.
Rock out.
And you
Don't
can't look
caution.
at the nigga across the table and say he robbed you.
I'm saying that for years.
Unless you put the thing over there and it's just said like this. Pardon me. Unless that happened.
Right. That's not it.
I know that ain't happened.
No one ever does.
It was black ink and blue ink. Nigga, choose which one you want to sign your shit on. You like blue, you like black? Can't do red. Which one you like? Come on, man. Stop. These rappers is too sensitive for me, man. Sensitive ass niggas, man.
Was it at that point that you said, all right, I think I need to just bust my own move?
At what point?
At what point did you decide to stop dealing with that and do Crazy Cat?
When all that shit was going on with them niggas up there, yeah, Locks and Puff Mace leaving and all this and Rock, I was just like, this shit is not where I wanted to be, And then the final straw was, in reality, I went to Puff and said, I want to do Crazy Cat, but I wanted to do it under him. Like, cause I just wanted to do, my hip hop. He had all the pop shit covered. So between me and him, we're gonna rule the dance hall. That's how I looked at it.
Right.
But he wasn't with it. So I was all right, these niggas over here is talking 7 figures, so I'm gonna go run over here and try my hand at it. And I wasn't good at it because I wasn't prepared for the sacrifices to run a label. I thought it was gonna be easy and it wasn't. So my bad. So whatever losses I took, I don't blame Columbia or Tommy Mottola or any of them people that was me. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't read the instructions and I fucked it up.
What didn't you do?
I didn't handle my business.
Give me a specific.
Meaning I was smoking at 2 PM because I got my own studio thinking all I got to do is make records and hits. There's meetings, there's marketing, there's planning, there's things you have to do. You have to be a people person. You have to know how to talk to the label. I'm yelling at them. Fuck that. I'm artist, producer. I'm just not prepared.
Don't have the
I don't have the executive.
disposition.
I don't have the disposition to be an executive yet.
Gotcha.
I'm just a production company that knows how to make beats, and that's what I should have did.
Stayed in your lane.
Stayed in my lane. Instead, I took on more than I can chew, and I wasn't prepared. And that's what we have to do. We have to, as men say, I fucked that up. I hired all the wrong people, hired my friends, hired all not qualified, but come on board. Thinking I'm Puff. I got the glow. Like, you got the glow, come on board. Bad move. Bad move, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fucking this up. So let me bow out gracefully. You know what I'm saying? This ain't where it's at. So
This would be the first time you, in your career, in the trajectory of your career, the history of your career, where you DIY'd something and it didn't work. Every other time you jumped in with something that you weren't super familiar with, you were able to make it happen. Can't really blame you for betting on yourself at this one.
well, again, those things that I took a chance on myself had already a foundation laid.
Yeah.
So I kind of was standing on their foundation. So if I fell, it was a little more cushiony. With my label, it was all wood floors, nigga, cement. So that was the difference. So I could have made a bad decision in some of them cases, and there might have been somebody to catch it and fix it.
See.
So I'm saying here, I was the last straw. So my decision, if it was bad, it was bad. It was gonna stay bad. That's where the problem came in. And I wasn't educated enough, and I didn't educate myself enough to run a label. So that was my bad. So that's why Crazy Cat came and went. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't because of the music. I think I had that down pat. It was, I just took
Everything
over.
outside of the music.
Yeah,
Everything
I
else.
was whack CEO. Whack.
But
Did you try again?
I didn't. No. I decided that's not something I should do. Productions I did because that I can handle. One artist, a production, paperwork, that I can do.
Right.
So the Tracy Lees, the Black Rob one-offs, I can do that all day. But 4 artists, 6 producers, Kanye, Coptic, Blake, all these people I'm managing and all that, Charlemagne, I'm doing all it's too much.
do you feel like you dropped the ball with 50?
No, what way? 50 wasn't my artist.
I know, but the How to Rob record, you guys collaborated on that.
We didn't collaborate, no. That record happened simply because of Rich Nice. 50 was working with Trackmasters. Rich Nice was at Columbia, and they had made that record, and they needed a hook. And I was holding down Jimmy Henchman's studio at the time, and he just called me up on the phone and said, "Dot, I need a hook for this artist we got named 50 Cent."
And that's how that came together?
And he came to the studio at 2 o'clock in the morning. It was pouring down rain. I heard the record. I said, "Oh my God, this is perfect." He sounded like he could be my artist. Mad Rapper was perfect. He had to change some lines because the Mary J. Blige and Case was originally Mariah and Tommy. He had to take it out for the politics.
Okay.
Yeah. There was a couple of lines he took out for the politics of that building. But yeah.
Was there a Nas line in there originally?
I believe so. There was a Nas line, I believe it was in there. So I wrote the hook right there at the spot. This ain't serious, me and Broken. I met him maybe 3 or 4 weeks later. I hadn't even met him. So it wasn't even a collaboration. It was just Rich Nice.
No
Shout out to Rich.
relationship there.
There was no relationship there. I just met him. And then once we met, we clicked. I met a young Tony Yayo, and we hit the road. We actually hit the road. I got videos of us on the road. We did the African American Day Parade. We did Hot 97. We was in Miami. We did some shows together. I got
Right.
some of that on video. But then that was it. Once that died, we never shot a video for it.
Yeah.
So none of that happened. So that record kind of came and went, and then he was off and running, and that was it. So it wasn't like we really didn't have no.
What record was that? The realest nigga?
No,
How to Rob.
How to Rob.
Yeah, How to Rob. How to Rob. So to this day, when we see each other, it's pounds and pounds, but it wasn't a long-lasting friendship because of that one record, you know, because that really wasn't the one that propelled him into stardom. Once he got to Dr. Dre and them, that was a whole nother level. But we still cool, like, you know, see him, love, everything, but that was it. There was no real communication on that.
I've always wanted to know this.
You looked around like,
Nah, this
Because
is
it
dramatic.
just came back to my
Okay, yeah.
came back to my
let me
my
sit up
mind.
too, because you made this shit interesting. I'm thinking like, yo, what's going on? I gotta prepare, nigga.
Just rewinding a little bit.
Okay.
Was there a Dig 'Em Up record?
No. It was talked about.
It was talked about.
Oh yeah, it was talked about.
What do you mean dig him up? What's that?
We were gonna respond to hit him up.
After Tupac passed.
That's how the Mad Rapper
there-
came up, by the way. You asked about who it was about?
Yeah.
It's because one day we was sitting in the studio and I asked the gentleman when the Hit 'Em Up video came out. Because we sit in the studio one day and back then the videos used to get announced. Like, premiere of this video.
Right.
So somebody from the front desk came running in, oh, BT's about to show the new Tupac video. And we watching it like this, it's just a... You hear a pin drop. It's like, these niggas is not, they not playing. This is, oh shit. So big man is like, he ready to start. And we like, we gonna kill him with kindness. We gonna kill him with these hit records. That's it.
Why?
Because that's not who we was anyway. We was never the aggressors. We want to have a good time. We want to make some money. We have gangsters around us, but again, the path of least resistance. Why? That's what they wanted us to do.
So what about Who Shot You?
That was way before that shit happened. Who Shot You was recorded in 94. Everybody got that story wrong. Biggie recorded Who Shot You in 94.
But to the fans, it's like it came like right after that.
Again, we doing that. Purist, whatever it is. I got facts. I got dats.
Right.
Biggie recorded.
But you had to know how
1994.
you had to know how it was gonna look.
Right. That's how it looked.
Again, we didn't care because we have the facts. The people with the most opinions have the fewest facts. Because if you have facts, it limits your opinions.
Right.
It's that simple. Who Shot You was not about Tupac. But then I asked y'all about that verse because there is a verse where he says, bandanas, tattoos, my fist never bruised. Land still cruise, Frank Wright paid his dues. Ask who balls, people say Papa Very. Look forward to me like commissary. All of a sudden now everybody done did it. Get your head split, or get your neck. He went to did all of that.
Right.
And then after that he said round and round, upside down. That is talking about Tupac.
Wow.
When did we run? When do we have to sneak this? When? Where does all this hip hop purists come in and start creating all this? If we wanted to come at these niggas, we came at them. When we wanted to, we did. When it was not necessary, we didn't. There was no sneaky messages. There was no fucking passing the paper behind the desk and handing it to this nigga, getting the nigga. There was plenty of tough guys in our camp that wanted to smoke. So there was no need to hide. Absolutely no need to hide. Zero. From who?
But he did a performance though. He was like, yo, I want to kill all this shit. Then he did the Who Shot You shit. So it did kind of look like a rebuttal.
Nah.
Yeah.
How when you give a speech
Speaking
before it saying this
bro,
ain't had nothing
that's
to do
not what
with
it is,
also,
bro. That's
but
not
also-
what it is. It's not
What's
what
the one of
it
the
is.
most famous lines
It's
in
not
the
what it
movies?
is, bro.
What's
Speaking
one
to
of
the
the most
man.
famous lines in the movies? Are you not entertained? At the end of the day, what is it that we do? Why is niggas looking for life truths in entertainment?
Nah, I can't do that.
Because art imitates
You
life.
can't do that?
I can't.
Because art imitates life.
I can't.
So you mean to tell me?
I'm not agreeing
So let
with.
me
No,
ask
I'm
you-
not saying
no,
that.
let's bring
that's
up-
what it is.
No,
I'm not saying that.
Let's bring up some rappers. Because I ain't scared. Who do you think is living like they rap about? Tell me. Besides them niggas that perform at SOBs and all of them. Do you really think some of these niggas that's rapping talking about killing niggas and all that,
okay.
getting it off the boat and all this other shit?
Okay, wait. Wait, no, hold on, wait. Because
Hey.
you're moving the goalposts, and you kept looking at me
How
while we was,
I'm moving the goalposts?
because your original
No, the
statement was
purist. When he says purist,
that's
that's all
definitely
you.
that's
Oh,
definitely
he's a
you,
purist.
Beck.
He's a purist.
Yeah, he's the
always have been.
integrity.
But that-
Integrity.
That's not what makes.
Oh, he needs integrity in the raps.
that-
Wait,
I mean,
no. You don't. Please don't let him.
Okay, I need to know.
Because he's got jokes and
I need to know.
he's joking about.
Do your thing.
If I would love to.
Niggas stupid.
First of all, I'm a journalist.
Okay.
That's where my integrity
Right.
comes from.
Okay.
Right.
I don't write about shit. I don't make shit up.
Okay.
I don't change reviews.
Okay.
Right.
That's my integrity.
Okay.
Right.
Cool.
When what your original statement was, who's getting life lessons from raps? You said life lessons.
Life's truth.
No, you
Life's
said-
truth.
okay.
I
Said
said
truth.
life's
Life's
truth.
truth.
Okay.
Truth.
Not
Okay.
lessons. I'm from Two Kings in the Cypher. I made a record call for the brothers who ain't here. I know what a message is.
Mm-hmm.
I know what a message is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm speaking facts. You saw it.
No.
I know what a clear message of truth is.
Mm-hmm.
And I know what a clear message of falsehood is
Mm-hmm.
within entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want my kids to follow these niggas?
No problem.
Absolutely not. So that's what I'm saying. I don't get nobody's life truths from these niggas. That's what I don't get. Lessons? I can learn a few lessons. Of course, there's bars. Everybody got bars where I can get some lessons. Andre, Nas, Jay. There's lessons in everything.
Right.
Okay, I misunderstood.
Yeah, life's truths
I misunderstood.
coming from storytellers, it's hard to decipher the truth when we're starting off as storytellers.
Tell us.
So as God knows I love Big. Everything that nigga said in them raps was not how he was gonna live his life.
Mm-hmm.
It was purely for entertainment. In some cases. But in some cases, you mix in some real life shit, which we know are facts.
Which helped you tell a better story.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if I'm expected the biggest drug dealer on the face of the earth to start becoming a rapper, I'm a fool. Why would he do that? So what rapper do I really think
Word.
was moving the weight so much that you stopped to do this? Now we can name a few,
I was about to say.
but they weren't
But
Scarface, nigga.
But I mean,
These niggas wasn't running cities.
you know, they found a rhyme book in El Chapo's prison cell.
I don't know what that means. Is that a joke?
Yeah, it's definitely a joke. It's
No, I'm
definitely a
saying
joke.
Jay-Z is known to be a drug dealer,
There we go.
right? But Jay-Z wasn't running two coasts, Canada. He was a drug dealer like 17,000 other people. His story got a lot popularized. But how many others was drug dealers? There's plenty of them.
Right.
Plenty of us.
Mm-hmm.
It's how you entertain them with your story. Who did it the best?
I think it's us as consumers, man. As consumers, we look to think that something is true within those fucking lyrics that has to deal with real life.
It's not a look.
I'm not saying it
It's not
ain't
a
real
look.
life
There's
in
no
there.
disclaimer that plays before a music video saying all of this. Though this shit is not 100% true.
It's not.
So
It's fiction.
it's up to you and how you
Perceive it.
You're looking at images and something that's purposely trying to get you to think this way.
Let me ask
But
you
you
a
have
question.
to consciously step back and say it's entertainment.
It's entertainment.
Okay, I got you.
Right.
So let me ask you a question then. When you first heard Long Kiss Goodnight, right? Or For Life After Death, what were your
I got a better
thoughts?
story. Sorry.
What's my thoughts?
Yeah, when you first heard it, did you think like Big is
Biggie's
talking
the
about
fucking
somebody?
greatest.
Huh?
Did you think he was talking about someone?
Oh, Big definitely had some real life shit going on in his vocals. I wanted to say something to you real quick.
Good.
Talib Kweli. Get By and that Kweli,
The
them
blast,
two joints.
The blast.
I saw him one day after them two records. This nigga caught hell from the Hot 97 fans because they wanted him to perform at Summer Jam. His fans was like, you sell out. You motherfucker, if you do that, you're a sellout.
If he performed at Summer Jam.
If he performed at Summer Jam with the likes of more popular rappers.
Oh, because you can't be successful and a backpacker.
You
Yeah,
see
that's
what I'm
right.
saying to you,
I forgot
fam?
about that.
As
Yeah.
a journalist,
That's not true.
It is true.
that's
Not true.
That's
It's
what
a
it,
fucking-
that is
not
true,
true.
fam.
Bruh.
You're saying it's not true, but I'm living it.
It's not true that you can't be successful as a bag. That's not.
No, he didn't say that.
No,
He just said-
no,
that's
no,
not
no,
what
no,
he
no,
said.
no,
That's
no.
not what he-
that's not what he said.
This
What
is
it- you gotta repeat. Maybe I'm just not hearing
I'm
shit
saying the
right right
aura. If for some reason, one of Talib Kweli's albums would have did 5 million, he would have automatically.
He's
been looked at
remixing
as
what
a
he said.
sellout.
What he said was
I'm
you
not
can't be
remixing
successful as a backpacker. That's what he just
And
said.
sell records.
But why am I
And sell
saying that?
records is
Because
what he
why am I
said.
saying that?
because at the time, we're also not taking in the nuance of the time that we're speaking on. At the time in the 90s, there was an automatic separation between dudes who rapped, and dudes who rapped to
But
make
the question
money.
is not, the question is why was there, they did it, not us.
Right.
I'm
It was
not-
them.
They did it.
I'm
They
not
said
speak-
that.
They said that.
They the
bro,
ones that said
are you
that.
gonna let me- are you gonna let me
No, I'm
finish
saying, I
this?
just told you
Like-
that. That's what 88 Keys said. I told you, so 88 Keys said, we separated y'all.
Right.
Y'all weren't hip hop to us.
Right.
It wasn't us. It was them that said, we're not doing hip hop.
It's crazy.
We didn't lay no
That
blood.
argument-
No, stop.
So what happened to Talib was, you gotta make a choice, young black man. You fucking with them or you fucking with us. All for the sake of a hit record. Because our side was like, Kweli, the tunnel, he's in the tunnel now. You understand? You made the tunnel. Come over here, the water's just fine. Stay over here, the water's just fine.
No, they're drinking champagne.
They're drinking champagne.
Get over here. Drink this 40 ounce. Shots out. They're
listen to
drinking
my point. The
champagne.
choice that he made, the choice that he made
Drink this OE.
was to satisfy his
Oh,
fans
they're wearing diamonds.
and
Get away
maybe
from them.
not do what his record-making skills allowed him to do. Mind you, he made these records. They weren't made for him. He
Right.
picked the beat. He killed the verses. He's a monster. And the results are ding, 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 ding.
Right.
It would have been a Bad Boy record, a Rockefeller record, a Rough Riders record. Stay. Son, I'm surprised you run with them. I think I got up with them. So my point is, these are conscious choices to separate us when we wasn't trying to separate ourselves. All we was trying to do was take it to another level
And
to
of making money.
Which
To
you did.
respond to that,
Yes, let's go.
number one, motherfuckers was wrong. The exact same people who made Andre 3000 feel like he had to go to the Source Awards and say the South got something to say. We've made mistakes culturally.
What that mean? I
Oh,
missed that.
when
I missed
Three
that.
Stacks was upset because Salt from Salt and Pepper made a face when they were announced the best new artist. When Outkast was announced the best new artist at the
Oh, this
Source
was
Awards.
Aydin ago, right?
Yeah, but
Okay,
it's the same. It's the exact
okay.
same.
Okay.
It's the exact same spice in
Got
every
you.
situation.
Like
you dig what I mean?
she put her nose up at. Okay, got you.
We've made
And he was
mistakes.
like, oh, the East Coast did it.
Culturally, we've made mistakes. There was at one time when hip hop represented, for a lot of people, higher education, higher mindset, doing better, et cetera, et cetera. And then here comes this other set of music that's fuck all that. We just want to party and have a good time, spend a bunch of money and drink a bunch of champagne and fuck a bunch of chicks, drive a bunch of foreign cars.
Nothing that you never seen before.
Oil, at the time, we hadn't seen it like that, and it was oil
Yes,
and water.
yes.
And it was
Not in
oil and
hip-hop.
water. Let me finish. It was oil and water, right?
I was in it. Remember,
I know,
I'm Two
I
Kings
know.
in Cypher.
Bro,
I'm on the whatever side. Yeah, I'm in it.
Which is why, and I'll close it out just like this. Which is why Kanye West was such a big deal when he came about, because not only does he look like, sound like, rap like Mos Def, Talib, Common, blah, 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 but he's on Rockefeller. And he's wearing a backpack, but it's Louis. And he's got a diamond chain over a college sweater. And niggas had never seen nothing like that. Somebody who was blending both, nobody had ever seen anything like that. But that's why because all the backpackers loved him. Yes, go to that world and represent us. Go be us over there. Go drive a Benz, but rap like you want to fucking kill somebody in the site. Like, go do that shit. Yeah, we love it. Hey, all right. That's why that happened. Culturally, we've made mistakes. Culturally, we separated ourselves from each other when we shouldn't. Culturally, there was space. He proved that there was space for everybody to get down.
And that's
everybody to rock
to answer your question, that was our thought.
Heartbreaks, and it was like, fuck.
But that was to answer his question.
Fuck this
we just wanted love. We wasn't aggressively coming at the backpackers, Tupac, none of them. We wasn't doing none. It was everybody saying, you guys are fucking hip hop up because you're not doing it the way we think it should be done.
Yeah.
That was the argument.
That was the argument.
Sour puss ass.
We think it should be you chop up every single beat and it don't be a loop. You should have to spend 17 hours on it or you're not a producer. You didn't chop it up enough. You nigga,
You just
6
said
more
it's
hours
clear.
or you're not a producer.
These
you need
motherfuckers get
6 hours of chopping this beat up.
They get samples clear.
Right.
These niggas.
And then we gotta get some singing on it that ain't melodic, that ain't this. Then we're gonna rap with no melodies on our beats.
Right.
When our shit is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, you can sing it. Their shit is melodical, follicle, that's a follicle, follicle. For a song?
Who's dancing to it?
Who's dancing to it? Who can
Exactly.
recite it?
Right.
Only they can.
Yeah.
I don't make records for boys because we like what they like. She was dancing and been around the world. He in the club because she in the club. They made records for him.
True story.
Right.
They need him to hear the bars, how intricate the beat was up, chopped up, how the hi-hats was triplicate, so he can write about it. Meanwhile, he can't recite a verse from these niggas because it's too much. It's not even English. That's what we complained about. Who is your audience? Who are y'all talking to? Y'all talking to boys and boys only. We talk to them. They talk to y'all.
So funny.
Yo, we're gonna take another 5-minute break.
So Kanye.
He
How'd you
wanted to
meet him?
bring up Kanye.
Yeah. So
Yeah, there was a lot of talk about in the very beginning. Kanye had a lot of smoke about ghost producing, and he tossed your name out there a lot as far as like, you know, doing the work and not receiving the credit. And he placed that at you, but we've never really got clarity on not your side on that relationship.
How do you even meet him?
I've talked about this a lot. So I met Kanye through DeAndre Free Maiden, who used to work.
Free.
He introduced
Yeah.
Free, right?
And he was managing Free.
He was right,
Free
so
was managing
Free
him.
managed him, brought it to me,
Yeah.
we started co-managing him. So ghost producing was I guess a term that he made up, I guess. Because I'm trying to understand what that means. If we're going to be journalistic, I'd like to be journalistic. The word ghost, let's start there.
Producing the beat, not receiving the proper credit,
Okay.
or not having his name listed as the producer of the track.
Okay, and so I'm saying to you, as a journalist, can you recall what songs those were?
No.
Right,
No.
because there weren't any.
Okay.
There was one, and I'll explain one. He got all his credit on the Mad Rap album. That's how everybody knows he produced songs on the Mad Rap album.
Mm.
He got his credits on Jermaine Dupri. That's how everybody knows he did Jermaine Dupri. Dead Prez. When didn't he get his credit? Foxy Brown. So the word ghost means not seen. Let's start there. Right? That's what ghost means?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Okay, so he was seen everywhere because his credits was everywhere. Producing, not track making. Kanye was a beat maker when I met him. A beat maker. I'm the producer. I was making better records than he was at the time. He wasn't even around when his songs was made. I think he made a video and said, I sent D.Dot the beat. Next thing you know, there's Eminem on the record. How do you produce that?
Got it.
So it's the difference between beat making and producing.
He created a fantasy for his people that he actually sat in there and him and Eminem was making this thing and he did all this shit. And I sat there with holding my dick. Produced by D.Dot. Suck a dick. To all you journalists that have been running with that ghost producing shit, it's the dumbest shit I ever heard. You have to be in the room to be a producer. He was not. Ask him. Call him. He was not. You're not a producer, homie. And there was no such thing as ghosts. It happened one time. Here's the story. Kanye would send beats from Chicago. He moved to New York. Let's talk about this real quick. The Netflix joint starts off with him at a Jermaine Dupri party.
Right.
What year was that? 98. And who was he with? At the beginning, the very beginning of the thing, he's with Mace. And the dude's interviewing him, right? How the fuck is Kanye with Mace?
D.Dot.
So we skipped the first chapter of the movie
Right.
and go right to Kanye's already with Jermaine Dupri and Mace. How? For every effect, there's what?
Cause.
A cause.
Right.
And a because. So he moves to New Jersey. I meet his mother. He's in Jersey because of me, not because of Rockefeller, to be closer to the game. Because D.Dot is schooling him on record making, not beat making. It's easy to sit in the room and send your beat out, say, I produced that. No, you didn't. You did the beat. When do instrumental albums sell? By themselves. Somebody has to go in and do the actual work. He did none of that. Ghost producing. Ridiculous statement, dumbest statement I ever heard. Now, the one time his name didn't appear was because he sent a beat pack and I was working on Nas's album. Y'all might have heard this record that came out with Nas on the streets illegal. I want to get high, high. He was rapping. I did that. But I also gave him 3 Kanye beats. And he did songs to him. And they never came out. I sat in the room with him. We did these records. Kanye's is wherever he's at. He don't even know these shit's going on. Album never comes out. A few years later, there's this album that comes out called The Lost Tapes. They don't call, ask for no credits. They don't call for nothing. Just produced by D.Dot. So that's the one song his name didn't appear on. And I instantly went and corrected it and called. But back then, it wasn't internet where you could just change the credits and it's changed tomorrow.
Right.
They can't change it. You got to change CD covers. You got to do all this other shit.
Right.
That was on them.
Right.
They didn't pick up the phone and call me and say, what's the credits to the record?
And if
And it
they,
was
if they
years
didn't ship
later.
out a new set of records,
Yeah,
then
they'd have to go through all of
there
that.
was no
And it
way
was
to-
years later, and it was called The Lost Tape. So they found Papa was a player sitting in the folder. So that's why he didn't get credit for that. Not my fault. His name is next to my name on every record we did together.
Also not
And he
your
got all
intention.
his money, huh?
I said also not your intention.
And also not my intention because I didn't even know the shit was coming out.
Right.
Right.
So they thought you produced it.
I did produce it. He did the beat. So
Right.
we produced it together. It's called a co-production, not a ghost production.
Right.
It's called co-producing.
But
He
his
gets
name,
credit.
his name wasn't
His
on
name wasn't on that one song.
Right.
And it was because when I did it in 98, whatever year I did it, it didn't come out till whatever year Lost Tapes came out.
So he felt a certain kind of way
He
about
felt
that?
a certain kind of way, but he obviously in his management obviously know that wasn't a Deric doing because we can find this information out. It's not a Masonic thing. He can call up there, and find out. This is something simple. And again, not my intention.
Right.
So, but a narrative got ran with to where some of these rap sap suckers are running with ghost producing. But let's fast forward. If he did ghost produce for me, let's just say that was the case,
what is Mike Dean for him?
Like Dean at every
You
session.
don't got an answer, Mecca?
No, because he knows. He understands
It's
my
a
point.
rhetorical question.
It's a rhetorical question, meaning that nigga created a narrative that the purists run with because that's what they want. They want to separate themselves. So they needed anything to latch on to. D.Dot robbed him of his beats. Let's run with that. Me, the Rock, give up the box. Remember that? Nigga, I'm D.Dot, nigga.
Wow.
I run circles around some of these niggas. I don't need to do that. I put you on and we co-produced. So they needed to run with that. And so they still do to this day. As if Kanye did the Benjamins. Money, power, respect. Have you ever heard that come out his mouth? Never. He gets smacked if he says some shit like that. Because that's disrespectful. That's like me saying I did flashing lights. He did none of the beats that I'm famous for. He wasn't even around when them beats was made. For the record.
But for the record, what did you actually teach him?
Sounds. What goes with what? I mean, don't get it wrong. He was already genius in the making. Let's not get it twisted. He wasn't some clay and I just molded this nigga. Nah, he was already who he was. It was just adding on.
Right.
It was just additions. He was already, that's what attracted me to him. This is not, I didn't create this man. No, I'm never saying that. He was already a genius in the making. He just needed to fine tune it, just like all geniuses do. Song making. Understanding how to make a record, not just do a beat and have somebody rap on. I think you even heard the story where he said he went into the studio with Jay-Z and didn't know how to tell Jay-Z how to rap. Me, I'm fearless, nigga. Spit that again, huh? He was in the studio with me. Get off your own dick, nigga. We try to make a hot record. Jay-Z, work in the can and run, nigga. Loosen your tie. That's what a producer does. Not sit there and just let you rap and say, okay, thanks. That's what he had to learn how to do. He didn't know how to do that because you're just in your room making a beat. There's a whole nother side to this. And that's what 88 Keys was talking about. There's a magic to this. There is no, so that's why the separation hurt us. Because what he did was take what he learned and put a little kibosh on it as if he created something.
So how's your relationship now?
I mean, when I see him, it's love, but he never gave me the respect and the props that I deserve for where he's at. You never heard him. He did it at the end of a little record. But to let people run with that narrative when you know the truth, and now you have a Mike Dean doing the same thing for you, what's the difference? And all them other co-producers, were they ghost producing for you, Kanye? He'll tell you, fuck no. So why was you doing that for me? And why haven't you corrected the
narrative?
The narrative.
Well, that's where it came from. Like,
right. So for a person like me, do I live my life worried about that? Nah, nigga, sleep good at night. Because the facts are the facts. That's what I'm trying to say to you.
I get you.
So what am I supposed to do? Run around and say, Kanye is disrespecting me all the fucking day. You need that nigga run. I didn't need that. I know the facts. That's all I need to sleep good at night.
I got the receipts.
Were there producers out there though that had a team under them, but their names never got mentioned?
Say that again?
Was there producers out there that were doing that? That was
what?
taking beats from people and just never ever putting them in the credits?
I'm sure there was. At the very beginning of hip hop, that's probably all it was.
That's nasty work.
Yeah, but I'm saying
that's what it was.
In our camp, it was never that. It was just that, you can't run around call yourself a producer and you heard your record for the first time like the people on the radio.
By definition, it doesn't make sense.
By definition, that makes no sense. So that's why I said to you, some of the greatest producers of our time had their records made for them by us. So why do I need this nigga?
But there were producers that just wanted to be heard. They didn't care about, the cloud and none of that. They just wanted to be heard.
You mean the credit?
And the credit, no
Yeah.
credit, but they just wanted to be heard.
I'm sure there was, but you know, again, I can't speak for everybody. That's all I needed. All I needed was my credit, my name spelled right, and my publishing. I'll take it from there. You ain't got to shout my name out. You ain't got to suck my dick. You ain't got to do none of that other shit. You know what I'm saying? Of course, in hindsight, yeah, shout me out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, again, the moment said to me, be happy to be here, take advantage of your spot, and swing for the fences. If I get a double out of it, it's cool. Get a single out of it, it's cool. But my goal is to dig in and swing for them fucking fences. And whoever didn't like it is where them issues came in.
Yeah, right.
Because y'all fucking up the, you know, the timelines of hip hop and shit. Didn't give a fuck. So back to Kanye, I felt a little disrespected. I've been over it, but everybody brings it up because they know our relationship. So he went to a place where he could flourish, and he did the genius that he became the genius that everybody knew he was going to become. But again, you can't talk about Michael Jordan without talking about Dean Smith. Just can't do it. There is no Shaq and Kobe without Phil Jackson.
Facts.
Understood.
We can try to separate Scottie Pippen from Michael Jordan, but the fact is, Jordan has no rings without him. Scottie has no rings without him. So y'all can debate who was important to what, whatever. The facts are 6 together or 6 not together. You can debate Scottie Pippen. How many Jordan got when he left without Scottie? Donut. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he couldn't go do it, but let's talk facts. 7 championships, 1 team, 1 quarterback, 1 coach. All Brady. We gotta give Belichick some props somewhere along the line. So come on, yay. Papa was there. At the beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
Papa had the dance going on in the tutorials. I ain't much different than y'all seeing this now. It's the same shit 10 years later, just a little bit more cockier. Which is probably hard to believe, but yeah. But he was the same way, and that's what I loved about him. So no disrespect, it's all love, but yeah, I was there. And for the record, niggas just need to know my role in certain things, and if they don't say it, I'ma say it. Black Rob, Life Story 2, out right now.
Speaking of Black Rob, Life Story 2, out right now. 30 tracks.
24. 30 IDs. Interludes and all that. You know
what I'm saying? With the interludes, okay.
Double album. Yeah.
Why now?
Because that's how long it took me to do it. And I still got 15, 16 left in the chamber.
It had nothing to do with publishing situation?
Not at all.
Not at all.
You always owned the rights to Black Rob's music?
I own the rights to the music that I do.
Okay.
I don't own the rights to anything Black Rob except to the music that I do.
All the production.
Yeah, anything I do, I own, but he got plenty of other shit out there that I have nothing to do with. That's theirs. I only own what I own, and that's what I put out.
When you put out a record like this, what are the splits and where do they go to?
They go to his family and me and everybody else. It's a normal business. This is not no charity case. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't come this far to come this far. Rob is an executive producer, so he gets his executive producer points like me. And in all the splits, Rob, whatever right he wrote, he gets. The producers, everybody get it. And then the royalty is what it is. Now, I doubt, based on the fact that nobody would give me a deal for him, that it's going to be a nice Christmas check for anybody. But it's all business correctly. But it's not, we do all this and give it all to his family, because this ain't, I'm not a charity.
Right.
And that's just being 100. He gets what he's supposed to get for this like anything else.
Right.
But it's for him. It was a passion project because there isn't going to be no millions of sales to this. I'm not hitting the road touring. You know what I'm saying? There's no merch being made. It's just passion, and everybody, I want to shout out everybody who participated, because everybody participated for $0. From Faith to Stevie to Riz to Smoke Dizza to Kid Capri to my cousin Brayon. I don't know if y'all know my cousin Brayon is one of the hottest producers and songwriters out right now. He did the Bong for Cardi B. His history is with Flow Rider. And he just did a joint on Meek Mill and Rick Ross's new album. And he's singing on one of the songs on the Black Rob album called You're Welcome. He did a song with Black Rob. His name is Brayon Isaac. That's my blood cousin. But he's doing his thing. So, you know, shout out Bray, I love you, cuz he doing his fucking thing out here. So it's in the blood. But so everybody that showed us love, Black Thought, you know, Puffy, G-Dep, the producers, you know, Buck Wild, Ron Lawrence, Nasheem, Carlos Brody, they all came through. Yogi from Crew came through. So
Oh shit.
yeah, Yogi, yeah, you know.
30-30.
So a lot of people came through, and that was all passion and love. Nobody charged me a dime, and obviously I got to do favors back for them, but it was all for the love of BR.
Was it tough?
Absolutely. He not here, trying to put right vocals with right beats, coming up with choruses, and then also his family thinking everybody trying to rob him. You know what I'm saying? It's rob what? Like, again, my history don't say that. Rob never said that to the world, so I don't, you know, the path of least resistance. That's the last thing on my mind is robbing a dead man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
for what? And, you know, so it was hard, but it was, like I said, it was a labor of love. So it was worth it. And I still got 15, 16 in the chamber. So sometime for his birthday next year, I'll probably let those go till death do his part, and that just be the last in his saga. And I love you, bro, and that's that. But his fam love it. They said the album, the reviews are coming back. It's an album. You know what I mean? It wasn't meant to be the now beats, and it was meant to be nostalgic, because that's who he is. He's a storyteller. You know what I mean? So I made a, in my humblest opinion, I made a book for you to sit and listen to.
Is that why you packed it, like put 30, 24, 30 on it?
Yeah,
Because you didn't want to have to go do this
again, but also I just didn't think you'd get them. Them 2 albums he dropped after Life Story 1 didn't really have the impact of who he could have really been. I wasn't involved with those 2.
And that's why.
And
That's why they didn't have the impact that they...
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you for that. I needed that too. That was a nice Octane 93, $20. That was dope.
I'm not saying that to...
No, I'm saying I honestly appreciate that, because, you know, at my age, you know, it don't come every day like on some, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, I'm obscure. So when people do show me that appreciation, I'm genuinely saying thank you, because I'm not those guys on the internet just getting their dick sucked all day because they just who they are. That's not me. I got to actually work for mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard. So I definitely appreciate it. But yes, I put it on there because I felt like he deserved to be listened to. Take an hour out of your time to just listen to it. You ain't got to listen to the whole time. Break it up. Listen to 15, 20 minutes. But enjoy an album. It's not just 30 songs, just tick, 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 tick. It's, some of them might not be a single, but they tie into the next song. The interlude makes you understand why this next one happens. This happens because I'm a storyteller.
You ain't think about making like a double album?
It is a double
It is
album.
a double album.
It is?
Yeah. You smoke?
It also could have been
I'm
3
sharp,
projects.
fam. Come on, you gotta keep up. You gotta keep up.
It also could have been 3 projects, like 3 separate 10.
It could have, and that meant more work.
That's what I.
And that meant
that's
more
what-
time. So I agree with you.
Or 6.
Yeah. So this time I just said, take it how you want it. There is no big marketing promo behind it. It's all out of pocket. We paid engineers. Shout out to Bishop too, my man Bishop, who did all the engineering. Can't forget him. Yeah. So it's just a labor of love. Spend a couple of G's on it out of the pocket. It's all worth it. I'll get it back. You know what I mean? And y'all take it as you can. No big commercials for it. I don't get all the big websites promoting it, you know, coming soon like everybody else, cocksucking everybody else album. we don't get that. That's fine. You know, I understand there's an art to cocksucking for these dudes out here.
Jesus Christ.
You know what I'm saying? I know it's a lot of pause, but I'm just saying, you see it loud and clear.
It seriously is, though.
It's an art to that.
Yeah.
And I commend them niggas, not that I want to do it, but hey, listen, I see an album, all the nigga got to do is whisper his album's coming out. That shit's front page. I got to go knock on a nigga door, show up at his thing with a box of fucking cereal or something. Help.
There's a way to do it. You just got to know who to talk to.
Ah, you one of them niggas.
Know who to talk to.
What's that? What did Kanye say this way? What he say this way?
You ain't got no
answers, Mecca.
You ain't got the answers.
You ain't got the answers, Mecca. Yeah,
All right.
I know what I'm saying. You probably.
I mean, if you do, it'd be pretty fucked up that I don't get none of them.
You don't
know what I'm saying?
and you don't
that'd be-
listen.
Wow.
You don't listen. We're going right back
That'd
to it.
be-
Yo,
wow.
he is one of the most hard-headed dudes when it comes.
Why?
You
What's
don't
your sign?
listen.
What's your sign?
Taurus.
Oh, bull. It says it all right there.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he
being
just
hard-headed.
wanted. I think he's just one of them dudes.
No,
like,
it's not hard-headed. It's determined.
if some people just don't believe shit stink till they smell it. Sometimes you just have to show. It can't just be this. Sometimes you need
Yeah, you gotta show them that shit.
facts.
That's why I don't say anything.
You gotta show them how it
Sometimes
makes
facts. Would that help you make
Yeah,
a decision
that-
better
hell yeah.
than an opinion?
Facts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, anything else about your man? You got it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, okay. Did I answer?
I was actually gonna move on to Black Rob because I can
love it.
imagine as hard as much as you rocked with him, it must have been really.
Yeah.
It was hard. I only interviewed him like 2 times, but it was rough for me in his final days. Like just watching some of the clips he let go and seeing the state he was in. I know that bothered me. And I didn't have the relationship with him that you
It definitely bothered me, but again, I'm back to I gotta look at life for what it is. I got daughters and I speak to them just like this. Some of that shit was self-inflicted.
The truth, but it hurts.
When you know better, you should do better.
did.
So if you don't do better, whose fault is that? Again, I try to be as compassionate because my wife and my moms and friends and sometimes Dot, you seem so cold and rigid. No. But the fact is, some of the things that we put ourselves through are self-inflicted and they're choices that we've made. And because it worked out negatively, we try to blame outside sources.
Right.
And we'll stick on those outside sources until the cows come home. I'm one of them niggas that say, yo, dog, you need a breath mint. And there shouldn't be nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Because I expect you to do the same for me.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I told you off camera earlier, you can talk about some people unabated, but the minute they talk about you, you're being disrespectful.
Mm.
I ain't one of them dudes. So if you need that space, again, it was hard, but it was also easy because I knew he would want the world to hear this. It was hard because I wish he would have made better choices for himself. It was hard because the people around him were too scared to make the hard choices for him. But it became easy because I knew in these time and days of producer rapper, if he was here, we would have fucking. That's how I feel. So this was my best foot forward as if he was sitting right next to me. Because in my lab, his picture is right here, next to me over here, and Big's facing me this way. And they both doing the side look. I got pictures of everybody in my studio, but I got them 2 niggas like looking directly at me. So in the lab, you know what I'm saying? So I felt like it was easy because my man is nice. He's a storyteller. And all I got to do is do my 1, 2, 1, 2. And this shit gonna work. And it just took time. And me and my man Riz, we just sat in there for the last 2 years and we just put this shit together. And that was it.
Rob was a good nigga.
Life story too, baby.
Rob is a good nigga. I was locked up with him. I was, like, honestly.
Was you beatboxing for him? Was he rapping?
That's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact. I beatboxed for Rob. That's a fact.
Good. Yeah, cool.
Because it was like,
well, half of them verses is from jail. When he came home from jail the first time, that story Jasmine on his first album,
yeah.
that was a jail rap.
Yep, I heard
he had
that.
He had it written down. It was fresh. Even on this on this album, he did a record with Kid Capri, and the first line is, "I couldn't wait to get home," because he had books, and he just couldn't wait to spit these rhymes. Yeah. So.
Yeah, Rob used to be in the yard every day spitting.
Yeah.
Like practice, like how we used to work out, he'll be rhyming.
Yeah, Rob was
Pull
nice
dudes out, Cypher, all of that. Good
Rob
dude.
was nice
Good
with
dude.
it, yeah.
Rest in peace.
You lost 2 dudes who the whole world had a chance to like really admire. And one of them, went platinum out the gate, but the other one is like a New York hip hop icon. Like both of them, like right.
And what's crazy is next to Biggie, Rob was the best storyteller. To me, Slick Rick, Big, Ice Cube, and Rob. I'm sure there's others, but Slick was my blueprint. Cube was just yikes. Cube's visuals with them stories, and then when B.I.G. came, it was like, oof,
Yeah.
how much more visual can this
Yeah.
get? DMX too, like quietly, even though he wasn't necessarily telling stories, they were stories. Like
He
so,
was more cinematic.
okay,
He
that's a
could.
good
He
word.
would act a
Okay,
scene
yeah,
out.
okay, yeah,
in
that's
a
a good
verse.
word. I like that. But yes, you know, but and then Rob just had the storytelling about him, and I'm sure there's more that I'm not naming. I don't mean
Sure,
to be
yeah.
disrespectful, but those guys really is where Rob got his, you know, inspiration from storytelling.
Rest in peace, Black Rob.
Yeah,
Rest in peace,
Absolutely.
B.I.G.
and B.I.G. and
Craig
that
Mack.
combination.
Craig
like I said,
Mack.
I had the five. To me, I had the best starting five of A&R could have. LOX, Mason, Rob. It was like I ain't a A to Z. I got it all covered.
That's a fact.
Like it was nothing we can't cover.
You had the street shit, the girls.
That's why they was all
Party,
together
club.
on them 24 Hours to Live. We just added DMX as the extended family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that five was I couldn't wait. I was hoping we did a compilation album with just them five.
Word.
Oh, that would have been
That
crazy.
was
That's what
crazy.
I wanted to do.
That would have been
That would've
crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
it was the same 5 on the Clue tapes with the
Mhm.
freestyles and all that.
Yeah.
Like,
Word.
A full
That
project?
starting five was now, mind you,
yeah.
Rob was on the bench when Big was alive. He was our sixth man. Then Big passed, and now Rob came to the starting five.
If he was still alive, Cameron would have been a part of that, right?
Now Cypher.
Cypher?
He was on Undears.
Yeah.
Right.
He was never.
I mean, he was
part of that.
extended family, but
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if the bar work was the same.
right.
Yeah. I'm just being 100. You know?
Nah,
It's
good.
just-
You know, because there were stories that Big was trying to sign him.
he did sign him, didn't he?
Yeah.
He
Right.
was signed
Well,
Undears.
Undears.
He was
Right.
signed Undears, yeah.
Cam had
Yeah,
some
we gotta
ball
have a
work
talk.
at
We
that
gotta have a
time.
talk
Huh?
after.
Cam had
after
some
the
ball work
show,
at that
man.
time.
Oh, I'm
bro.
not saying
I
he
ain't gonna
didn't
lie.
have the ball work. He has to be a part of that starting five. I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah, nah, Cam was extended family.
Gotcha.
Like DMX was extended family.
Right.
I'm just saying, no disrespect. I'm just saying, to
Right.
me, I had to start five. It was hard to penetrate them that five from
Leave
an
it alone.
extended family.
Is there anything you haven't done that you want to do?
Yeah, a bunch of shit. Dr. Dre, I ain't never been in a room with him.
What?
I mean,
That's hard
I
to
met
believe.
him, but I'm talking about a musical
Work with him.
room. Yeah.
That's
I could
Team-
imagine the magic
Team
y'all
light
come
skin,
up with.
Team light skin.
Team light skin work.
Drake is,
Okay.
to me, Drake is, you know, that's, you know, for me, for the commercial niggas,
The
purists?
He caught you with them.
for the niggas that want a 10-year run straight,
People
Hit
can hate
records.
him. People can hate him all we want. That, to
Bitches,
me, he's
money,
a goat, bro. He's
planes.
a goat for this
Forget about
generation.
can we, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's a lot of, you know, he don't make this type of, I don't give a fuck
That nigga
what he
make
don't
everything,
do.
D.Dot.
What he don't do. I like what he do.
Right.
Because if we picked apart what everybody don't do, nigga, Jesus, I fuck with him. You know, I fuck with him. I fuck with a lot of this new shit.
Dr. Dre, Drake.
Beyonce. I haven't worked with Beyonce. Rihanna. I just want to smoke with Rihanna, but she had babies, so she probably ain't smoking no more. I don't know. I mean, there's plenty on my list that I think, you know, musically I'd like to achieve. If I don't, you know, I'm not going to necessarily not feel accomplished. Rock music. I've always had an affinity. I'm a Zeppelin fan. And others. My wife is really heavy. So when I heard your man's music, so one day, you know, and when my mind is clear enough to study and understand, I'll do that. Because I'm a clear preparation dude too. So anything I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go prepare for it first. So that way when my number's called, I play high school football at Tilden, by the way. So I used to stand right next to the coach. I come over and I stand right next to him. So I was listening to everything. But in case he needed anybody, punt return, kick return, go tackle somebody, just 23, go ahead. So I'm just, you know what I mean? So that's how I get down. So it's probably much more people that I like to work with, you know, R&B, hip hop. I love all the Coles and Kendricks, and I love all them dudes. I think they, you know, they special. Producer wise, there's plenty. You know, I got music from '88, so you know, I love what's the boy's name from down south? His music is crazy. Metro Boomin.
Metro
Yeah.
Boomin wants some more.
I think he just has a nice sound. I think Future's special.
Mm.
You know, me and Jermaine work together. So I got to work with a lot of the people that I'm a fan of already, that I've been fans of. So, you know, Missy, different people like that, you know, I work with them. So,
Shout out to Missy.
yeah, shout out Missy.
She just got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Congratulations.
Hey,
Congratulations. We love you, Missy.
Wrap it up for that.
We love you.
And you know, and like I said, man, for me, it's really about just putting my mark on shit. I don't know what. I think you made a good point, and I'm gonna take that with me. You know, I had to accept years ago that I'm just not gonna be in those conversations. I had to accept that, and that's fine for me. But I do know when history talks, eventually they're gonna have to go to the videotape.
Oh,
Or to this
don't worry
interview.
about it.
No, I'm not. That's my point.
I'm pretty
I'm not.
sure
I'm
after this,
Yeah.
they'll revise
She
a
gonna
couple
spark
of
a
them.
wildfire
Yeah.
across the web.
The discography is dope, like I said, and I added on to it with this life story too for my man BR, which I'm hoping everybody understands that I keep pushing it because it wasn't just for BR, it was also my signature. In case you ain't seen me in a while, in case you ain't heard what I do, in case you missed what I do, take a listen and enjoy it. Hopefully you enjoy it, you know, and next to all this other shit that y'all playing. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. And hopefully I introduced a couple of people that y'all didn't know about. Nakia Gold is on there. Blake Winters is on there, the singer from Philly. There's a couple of people on there that I hope, you know, they get some love from off this. You know, LNX and some producers. They a little producer crew, Fahrenheit. So my goal is always to just pay it forward. That's it. And you know, whatever props come as a result of that, it is what it is. As long as them Angelettie girls know the real, that's all that matters.
That's
For real.
Well, we look forward to what the future holds.
Appreciate that.
And we gravely appreciate what
Facts.
you've done in the past.
I thank you, fam. Appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Wherever D.Dot. I'm about to be your new student. Yeah.
The greatest feeling in the world was holding my own gun. I'm hypertensive, but all my decisions been wholesome. My independence had me flipping on siblings I stole from. Said I'm just big and loud. Well, £0.5 pound is my silent treatment. I punched out plugs I could've stopped from eating. Jackie Gleason on the TV while his mama's sleeping. That plate was made, or he got that chick filleted like she Polynesian.
The fucking niggas do to me though. Side stand there blinded while my jewelry glow.
Now you can either accept that or you can get to work. That's all it is. You just do the